set now for Game 2 of the Canada Cup best-of-3 final. Clark at center against Novi. It's to Orr to Clark at center, and he backhands the puck into the corner, where Holachuk steers it to Mikaj. At the Czechoslovakian line, knocked to center. Chernik, number 14, in over the line. Watched by Sawar, a backhand shot, and the rebound just goes through the crease. In front, Bobby Orr. Ahead now to Reg Leach as Team Canada comes back. Leach takes a check from Chernik, and both players will go off as they started to rough it up outside the Czechoslovakian blue line. So we have a penalty very early in the hockey game. As we get another look at it, Ken.
Leach has handed a pretty good check by Chernik, and then Leach high sticks and cross-checks him afterwards. I guess it's a double penalty.
So 25 seconds have been played here in the opening period, and we have both teams a man short. Chernik of Czechoslovakia and Leach of Team Canada.
Chernik, 2 minutes pour obstruction. Et au Canada, le numéro 28, Reggie Leach, 2 minutes pour bâton élevé à 25 secondes. The penalties to Czechoslovakia, number 14, František Chernik, 2 minutes for interference, and to the Team Canada, number 28, Reggie Leach, 2 minutes for high stick at 25 seconds.
Gilbert Perreault and Vladimir Martinez get set for the face-off. It's back to Dennis Potvin at center to Guy Lafleur on the right. Lafleur clears it in off Martinez's skate, and it goes to Bubla. Bubla, long pass at center for Stastny. Intercepted, back comes Team Canada. Lafleur's shot, handled by Holachuk into the corner, and cleared out to Martinez at center ice. Martinez returns it to Keuchel. Milan Keuchel's long shot, and Vachon kicks that one up. Guy Lafleur behind his own net, leaves it there for Potvin. Potvin right in front, returns the pass. Lafleur at center, tries to get it to Lapointe, too far for him. He goes racing in behind the Czechoslovakian goal. In front, no one there, as that pass from behind the net. Guy Lafleur goes all the way down the ice. Dennis Potvin back for it. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the minor penalties. Potvin, a lead pass to Guy Lafleur at center to Gilbert Perreault. In over the line, right in front of the goal. He shoots. Scores! As he caught the bottom right-hand corner.
Lafleur hits Perreault perfectly, and Perreault shows the speed that he has demonstrated for years in the NHL. A good deke, and shifting it back into the stick-hand corner.
There it is, Gilbert Perreault scoring his 4th goal of the competition, and it gives Canada a 1-0 lead. Gilbert Perreault getting the goal from Lafleur and Potvin at 1:25.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of an effect that has on the Czechoslovak team. In particular on Holachuk, who had problems in the exhibition game against Team Canada, and also has had other problems against North American teams. He had a rough night against Team USA. And in talking to the Czech coaches, they feel as if at that time he had lost his confidence in playing against North American teams, that there were a different style of play and that was affecting him. And to have a goal scored on him as soon in the game, after only 1 minute and 25 seconds, certainly does not make him feel very good.
And they continue to do a little patchwork on the ice here at the Montreal Forum.
It's a very hot night tonight in Montreal, and I think that because of the heat and also because of the use of the ice, the extensive use in the last 24 and 48 hours, that the ice is not in good shape. Here's another shot of Perreault's goal. He breaks around Bubla very, very quickly, and it's a tough play for a goaltender, especially with somebody like Perreault, who has such a variety of moves.
That was Gilbert Perreault's 9th shot of the series, and he has scored 4 goals. Canada 1, Czechoslovakia no score. Halupa to Peter Stastny back inside the Czechoslovakian line. Borjak takes a check from McDonald, and back comes Czechoslovakia, led by Stastny. Peter Stastny clears it off the boards, out of the net. Vachon steers it to the corner where Orr has it. Orr turned around by Peter Stastny, goes back in behind his own goal. We have 32 seconds remaining in the minor penalties to Chernik and to Reggie Leach. Or at center to Sitttler, too far for him, and it's taken by Holacek, and Czechoslovakia will try again. Here's Stachny. Breaking down the right side, watched by Robinson, taken out of the play. Carrying on, though, is Peter Stachny. Back to Halupa. And Vashon stops that, and Daryl Sitttler breaks away. His back pass intercepted by Stachny. He gives it to Vorjak, and out to center now is Marian Stachny. A backhand shot right into the Team Canada zone. McDonald to Robinson. Robinson right in front of his own goal. McDonald coming up on the right side to center ice. Both teams are back at full strength. Puck is in the Czechoslovakian zone. Vorjak runs against Shut. Here's Milan Novi. Novi, number 6, a clearing pass to Augusta. He takes it, tries to get it to Chernik, and it failed to click. McDonald knocks Novi down. Back comes Sitttler, but he couldn't reach the puck, and it's taken by Mikot. Mikot breaks a deep shot. His shot wide, but it's offside at the Czechoslovakian blue line.
The Czechs certainly can't be very happy about being down 1-0 in a potentially deciding game this early, but at least they are skating tonight. And that is the way that they can be successful against Team Canada. They have great team speed when they do headman the puck, when they do break for open spaces. They are doing that, and they are creating near chances, at least at this point.
And we've played 3 minutes and 3 seconds here in the opening period, and it's Canada 1, Czechoslovakia 0. Phil Esposito, shot, more! Esposito! Canada.
It appears as if Coach Starshey has decided to make a goaltending change, and Vladimir Zarilla will be coming in. Here is Esposito using the defenseman as a screen, shooting along the ice to the stick-hand corner. Difficult shot.
This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back to the Montreal Forum. It's Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. Puck taken by Bubla. And we have a change in goal. Vladimir Zarilla in goal for Czechoslovakia, replacing a rather shaky Yuri Holacek.
Well, certainly if Holacek was not shaky up to this point, he certainly became so after 2 goals. Here's another look at the goal. And the pass was made to Esposito. A good quick shot. It was difficult, I'm sure, for Holacek to pick it up, as it did go through his defenseman's legs. But I think, as you said, Bernie, he is becoming increasingly shaky, and it certainly was the time to make a move.
That goal by Esposito from Potvan at 3:09 of the opening period. Esposito's 4th goal of the Canada Cup Series. Back comes Canada. Perro over the line. McDonald was brought inside the blue line by Stachny, and there'll be an interference call, I believe, to the Czechoslovakian player. And Canada getting a power play opportunity here early in the first period.
Stachny and Lanny McDonald somehow became entangled, and referee Dahlberg suggested it was because of interference on the part of Stachny. I don't think Stachny liked the call very much.
So Canada with the power play. Perro at center with Marcel Dionne, Bobby Hull, Bobby Orr, and Dennis Potvin. Potvin, number 6, with the white helmet, has the puck, gives it to Perro. Perro in over the line, offside. Again at the Czechoslovakian blue line. In the penalty box, Bohuslav Stachny for Czechoslovakia. And that penalty interference at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Face-off outside the blue line, cleared down the ice. And going back for it is Dennis Potvin. We've played exactly 4 minutes here in the opening period. It's Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. Bobby Orr in front of his own goal. Ahead to pass to Gilbert Perro. Over to Marcel Dionne. Dionne trying to get by Keuchel. Knocked out of the play. Keuchel goes after the puck. Dionne's up. Hull gives it back to Orr. Off the boards and cleared down the ice by Ivan Halinka. Here's a chance for Martinet. His shot, and Vashon picks that up. Orr, number 4. Up to his own blue line for Canada. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the Czechoslovakian penalty. And it's offside with Marcel Dionne going over on the left wing side ahead of the puck carrier. The 2 goals by Perro and Esposito were scored 1 minute and 44 seconds apart here in the opening period. Perro and Esposito, the goal scorers. We have 1 minute and 9 seconds now remaining in that minor penalty to Stachny of Czechoslovakia. Esposito, Barber, and Laflёr now out for Team Canada. The defensive pair of Orr and Potvin remain out there. Potvin has trouble with the puck. Watched there by Marion Stachny. And Esposito has it at center ahead to Laflёr, offside again, as Laflёr tried to break in over the blue line to take that pass from Esposito.
I think that Team Canada has to be a little bit concerned about, or conscious of at least, is that there's still 55 minutes to go in the game, and not to try to open it up to really raise the score. There's a long time to go yet.
Offsides, Canada has been called 5 times here in the opening period, while Czechoslovakia have been called just once on the offside. Canada, though, leads 2-0 as Orr goes behind his own goal, and we've played exactly 5 minutes and 3 seconds here in the opening period. Bill Barber at his home blue line for Canada. Over to Guy Lafleur inside the line, watched by Stachny, and it's taken by number 9, Borjak of Czechoslovakia. Out to center, puck goes loose, and it's Phil Esposito, number 7. Up to the Czechoslovakian line, over to Bobby Orr, offside again. This time Barber was inside. 16 seconds remain in the penalty to Stachny. And we have a complete change now with Bobby Clark coming out to center. An interesting statistic about Bobby Clark is the fact he's only had 1 shot on goal in the entire Canada Cup Series. He has not scored a goal. He has 1 assist so far. And just 1 shot. Now you compare that to 23 shots by Bobby Orr. Quite a difference. Kept in by Lapointe at the Czechoslovakian line into Reg Leach. Leach tries to return the pass, and it comes outside all the way back to center. Savard, number 18 for Canada. He's checked. Here's Novi going in with Augusta. Novi gets set. Oh, and nice shot by Vashon. Both teams back at full strength. Vashon stopping Novi and Augusta as they broke in. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Welcome back to the Montreal Forum. Bernie Pascal along with Ken Dryden. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. Face-off inside the Team Canada blue line. It's taken by Guy Lapointe. Lapointe is watched by Novi, clears it down the ice, and Mikos for Czechoslovakia clears it, but Clark has it. Clark a long pass for Barber, and he had trouble controlling it as Augusta has it for Czechoslovakia. Runs into Reg Leach. Helped by Pospisil, who takes Leach out. There's a shot in front, and Barber is stopped by Vladimir Zarilla.
Although Bobby Clark has only had 1 shot on goal, there was good evidence of what Bobby Clark can do. He's an excellent forechecker, and he really is a very major part of this hockey team. He's a driving force whenever he's on the ice. Here's the replay there with the action along the boards. But Clark, just by his presence in the lineup, really means an awful lot to the Team Canada hockey team. And it's no secret that Clark is playing with a very painful Achilles heel injury, and yet he's still very, very effective.
Back to Hull. His shot deflected high over the glass and out of play. And ready now for the face-off again as we look at Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and his wife, Margaret. And also the British Prime Minister, James Callaghan, his special guest here at the game at the Montreal Forum. There's Hull's shot, and Zarilla kicks that out. Bubla, number 19, down the ice, back into the Canada zone, and it's a 2-line offside pass.
As well as having to generate more offense, which the Czechs have not done that much of up until this stage, they were really going to have to tighten up defensively. In the last couple of minutes there, even in the last minute, 2 good scoring chances that could have resulted in goals, and another goal or 2 at this stage in the game is really going to be terribly critical for the Czechs.
Gilbert Perro, number 11, out there with Marcel Dionne and Bobby Hall. Again, Halinka will take this face-off against Perro. At least they were scheduled to, but both a little over-anxious, and they're waved out. And Martinet's number 10 and Marcel Dionne move in. Both teams are at full strength. The puck comes to center. Larry Robinson slaps it off the boards in behind the Czechoslovakian goal. Marcel Dionn runs into Stastny. Orr keeps it in. His backhand shot goes high and wide of the net. Martinez clears it out to center. Back comes Czechoslovakia. Hlinka in over the line, gets set, and Orr stops that with an escape. Perro back for Canada. Down the right side, in with Bobby Hull. Drops it back. Hull shot. Oh, that was a sizzler and went high over the glass. No question about it. Bobby Hull hasn't lost any of that power behind the shot, Ken.
No, he hasn't, or if he has, it's certainly not noticeable to anybody, least of all goaltenders.
Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. And Peter Mahavlich out there with Peter Stastny. Stastny is knocked out of the face-off circle, so Marian Stastny comes in. Shot goes right to Zarilla, and Czechoslovakia up with the puck. Got to the blue line, but not out. They'll try again. Halupa this time. Gets it ahead. Here's Pozar, number 23, in over the line. Drops it back. Stastny's shot hits the side of the net. As Vachon stretched for it, but couldn't quite reach it. Into the corner, Augusta. He's tied up there by Lapointe. Gets the puck back into the corner. Peter Mahavlich runs into the Czechoslovakian player. And now Lapointe will try again. Gets by one Czech. Pozar takes a jolt from Lapointe. And they freeze the puck along the boards right underneath our broadcast location at the Montreal Forum.
In the midst of all that was Steve Shut. There's a look at Guy Lapointe jamming up along the boards. Lapointe comes in and hits Pozar quite hard, and then everybody follows in.
Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score, and it's Guy Lapointe, number 5, inside his own line. 12 minutes and 18 seconds remain in the opening period. Stastny backhands it to Peter Stastny, and Steve Shut breaks away. Shut watched by Borjak, gets by him over to Laflёr, and Zarilla steers the puck into the corner. Out to the blue line and over, and we've played exactly 8 minutes now in the opening period. Off the skate of Stastny right into the Czechoslovakian zone where Borjak has it, number 9. Borjak, a long pass out for Stastny, too far for him, and Dэрril Sittlers out there now for Toronto. Of the Toronto Maple Leafs out there for Team Canada. Gets it back to Orr off the boards, hits Geyni, and back comes the Czechs. Chernik, number 14, racing down in over the line. Chernik takes to the side, and it knocks off a skate. Chernik will try again, gets it back. Here's Mikaj, and his shot goes wide. Milan Novi in front, taken by Dэрril Sitttler. Sittler's pass intended for McDonald, knocked down by Pospisil, and it's Augusta to Chernik. Chernik is checked by Sitttler, gets the puck again. Orr scoops it ahead with his glove, and it's Pospisil clearing it right back in. Serge Savard behind his own net, watched by Chernik, gets it over to the far side. Novi had it momentarily, runs into Savard, and they'll have a face-off again. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Vachon has gone 121 minutes and counting without allowing a goal. Of course, in the opening game of this series, he recorded a 6-0 shutout. Chernik at center ice. He's checked. Barber and Mikaj go after the puck as well. Clark and Chernik rough it up. Barber goes in, pushes Chernik against the boards, and the two linesmen, Schubert and D'Amico, move in quickly to make sure nothing further develops.
The way Rogie Vachon is playing, it's very hard to conceive of a situation that he can't handle. Not only has he made a couple of outstanding saves so far this evening, but he's got the Czechoslovakian team doing things that they're not normally used to doing, and that is they'll come in with a pretty good chance, but given his success against them in the past, they've decided to wait and try to make the perfect play. And the perfect play very rarely happens, and as a result, a good scoring opportunity is missed.
Back to the action. The puck cleared into the Czechoslovakian zone. Bubla behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia. Watched by Clark. Barber's in to pick up the loose puck. Barber at the side. He's turned around, and back comes number 17, Keuchel, to Hlinka. Long pass to Martinez. In over the line. Martinez shot, and Vachon comes out and covers up, holding on for a faceoff. Вашon has certainly been brilliant in the Canada Cup Series. And we have a penalty to Dennis Potvin. Did a little roughing in front of the goal there.
This is another consideration that Team Canada is going to have to keep in mind, and that is penalties. It's one thing to take what is called a good penalty, but there are some unnecessary penalties, such as the one that Potvin took right there, and all it does is put extra pressure on the defense, and given the very hot building that it is, given the lateness of a series, it can tire out a team very badly.
So Team Canada, a man short, Dennis Potvin in the penalty box for elbowing at 9:38 here of the opening period. Bouncing puck cleared in, but Orr slaps it down the ice, and backboard for Czechoslovakia is Bubla. Leaves it there for Hlinka, number 21, rounding up behind his own goal, coming to the blue line, has trouble with it, but Martinez carries on. Martinez pass to Hlinka, knocked down by Sitttler, and Orr goes behind his own goal. Off the board, bounces to center ice. A race for it. Sitttler gets there first and clears it down the ice. Canada has yet to have a power play goal scored against them. They've killed off 22 penalty situations in the Canada Cup Series, and now they're facing their 23rd man short situation with Dennis Potvin off, and he has 1:09 remaining in his penalty. Bubla into the corner. Hlinka had trouble with it. Bubla keeps it in, though, and Robinson tries to get it out, fails. On the far side, Keuchel leaves it there. There's a shot, bouncing in front, and Larry Robinson goes after it. Robinson just clears it down the ice as he finds an opening, and Vladimir Zarilla out of the net leaves it there for Keuchel. Ilan Keuchel, number 17 for Czechoslovakia, gives it to Halupa. Back to Peter Stastny. Stastny at center. In over the Team Canada line, gets by Robinson, leaves the puck behind, though. Scrambled for it. Stastny goes up against the boards with Robinson. They try to hold it there. Stastny clears it against the boards and gets a number 18 shot, and it hits Robinson, Lapойnт rather, knocked down by Vorjak. Here's Stastny, a long shot wide of the net, and it comes outside the blue line. Ilan Halupa to Vorjak. Returns it on the far side. Canada 2. Czechoslovakia no score. And we have 8 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the opening period. And Dennis Potvin returns to the ice. Canada back at full strength. Vorjak, long pass on the far side. Stastny backhands it right to the Team Canada zone where Vachon stopped it to the side of the net. Lapойnт at his home blue line for Canada. Up to center to Barber. And he runs into Vorjak, who takes it into the corner. Ahead now to Pozar. Pozar of Czechoslovakia to Peter Stastny. Stastny, a long pass. Here's a chance for Marian Stastny into the corner. Oh, and he's taken hard against the board. Hull runs into Peter Stastny. Halupa clears it in and intercepted again as Team Canada's Guy Lapойnт gives it to Gilbert Perro. Perro, number 11, up the right wing side, runs into a check, hits it again over the line. Here's Bobby Hull, shot! Oh, and what a stop by Zarilla as he got his glove on it. Out to center. Marian Stastny couldn't get it. Gets another chance at it. Overskates it, Perro. With Bobby Hull. Taken by Stastny. Back to Halupa. Czechoslovakia inside their own blue line. 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Here's Bobby Hull in with Perro. Perro back to Dionn, shot, and it goes wide. Savard races in, keeps it inside the line. Chernik to Halupa. Checked by Potvin. Bouncing puck in front, and Chernik of Czechoslovakia. Ahead to Augusta. Augusta drops it back. He goes in over the line. Hull runs into the Czechoslovakian player, and Marcel Dionn to Bobby Orr. Orr gets to center, has trouble with it, but then clears it off the board, where it's taken by Pospisil and Ovi. Ahead to Chernik, in over the line, and it's offside as Augusta was in on the left side. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. 6 minutes and 36 seconds remain here in the opening period. Canada 2, Czechoslovakia no score, and statistician Ron Andrews of the NHL points out that they've split 12 shots up to this point. Canada and Czechoslovakia each with 6 shots apiece on goal. Guy Lafleur off the boards. Goes in behind the net to Mikosh, watched by Esposito. Gets it ahead to Novi, to Chernik, number 14. Chernik is checked by Peter Mahavlich. Esposito helps out, and it goes back into the Czechoslovakian zone. Pospisil over on the far side to Augusta. He lets it go, and Potvin breaks up the rush. Clears it to Esposito on the far side with Pospisil. Novi runs into Dennis Potvin. Puck is loose and finally cleared down the ice. Canada and Czechoslovakia, 6 shots each on goal, and shots in the direction of the goal at the net. Czechoslovakia has had 13 shots at the goal, and Canada 12. The all-important statistic, though, Canada leading 2-0 with 5 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. Martinet's in over the line. Runs into Lapointe, gets it back. Here's Mikos winding up in front. He's checked at the last moment, and it's taken by Martinet's. His shot is knocked down. Esposito, too far for Lafleur. Pospisil gives it now to Mikos. In over the line, then drops it all the way back. Here's Guy Lafleur, and Pospisil fighting for possession. Puck goes loose. Peter Mahavlich knocks it in, and it's back to the goaltender, Zarilla. Vladimir Zarilla has trouble in front of his net. Almost lost it to Esposito. Martinet's. Ivan Hlinka in over the line. Hlinka, number 21, gets a long shot. Vashon has no trouble with that. Clears it off. Martinet's gets another shot. Lapointe stops it. Martinet steals the puck into the corner. Clearing pass in front. Back to Keuchel. Keuchel to Hlinka. He's checked by Dennis Potvin, and it's Phil Esposito. 4 minutes and 42 seconds remain. Here in the opening period, it's icing against Team Canada as the puck comes all the way over into the Czechoslovakian zone. And that's the first time Canada has iced the puck in the game. In fact, it's the first icing by either side.
The player that is going to have to play better if the Czechs are going to come back in this game is Ivan Hlinka, who may be their best individual hockey player and yet has not been a factor in this series or in the latter part of the tournament.
Bublé center to Martinet's. He just clears it into the Team Canada zone. Lanny McDonald, number 12, with the white helmet, leaves it there for Bobby Orr. Orr to Robinson. Back come Team Canada. Geyni on the left side. A long clearing pass into the corner. And it's going to be off. Icing against Team Canada as he was on his own side of the red center line. Orr questioning John D'Amico, the linesman, but he was just inside his own side of the center red line. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remain in the opening period. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. Face off to the left of Rogie Vashon. Sittler against Peter Stastny, and it's taken by Robinson. Robinson to McDonald. He's knocked down by Vorjak, and Robinson has it on the far side. Kozar runs into Dэрril Sittler, scrambled for the puck, taken by Lanny McDonald. His shot, and Zarilla stops that. Bob Geyni slaps at the puck, can't get a good shot. Robinson tries. Zarilla takes it off the boards to Halupa. Halupa to Vorjak. Back comes Czechoslovakia, led by Puzar. In over the line, squeezed out of the play by Geyni. There'll be a penalty to Bob Geyni as Ovi Alberg picks him up for an infraction. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Bob Geyni in the penalty box for hooking at 16:15 here of the opening period. Face-off will be to the right of Rogie Vashon, who is just adjusting his mask.
There's the penalty. Geyni hooking the Czechoslovakian player, as he goes down the left side.
And there's Geyni in the penalty box, so Czechoslovakia trailing 2-0 will have the power play advantage. And the face-off in the Team Canada zone. Potvin takes it right from the draw, gives it to Barber, who slaps it outside the line to Vorjak now. Here's Peter Stastny for Czechoslovakia, circling around center ice, drops it back. In over the line comes Vorjak. Vorjak scoops it off into the corner, goes after it, watched by Lapointe, taken out of the play. Stastny behind the net, and his pass goes to Barber, who backhands it down the ice. Vladimir Zarilla, who came in early in the game to replace starting goaltender Holacek. Up ahead now to Pozar, and he's stumped. Out to center, Peter Stastny drops it back. In over the line, a backhand shot, and juggled but grabbed by Rogie Vashon. The telecast of this game is presented solely for the interest of our viewers under copyright of Canada Cup of Hockey 76. Any use of this telecast without the express consent of Canada Cup of Hockey 76 is prohibited. 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining in the penalty to Geyni.
Bill Barber, I think, really almost missed Posar, but the effect was the same, and Posar had to go to great lengths and heights, really, in order to avoid that check, and thus was very successful.
Face off to the right of Vachon, comes back to Pospisil. Out there on the blue line with Mikosh, just clears it off the boards. Orr is turned around. Pospisil gets it again, and it's knocked down by Bobby Clark. Out to center, Clark with Barber, just backhands it into the Czechoslovakian zone with exactly 1 minute remaining in the penalty to Geyni. Canada 2, Czechoslovakia no score. Pospisil in over the line to Novi, and it's broken up by Robinson, and Czechoslovakia forced to regroup. On the far side, Stashny knocked down. Orr scrambling for the puck. That's Augusta with Orr, and they managed to get a face-off.
One thing I find amazing is while the Czechs are known to have a very good power play, while they are known to move the puck around very well, and theoretically with a power play there always is an open man, they've been notoriously unsuccessful on their power plays, not only against Team Canada, but also throughout the rest of this series.
On the face-off, the puck taken to center. Pospisil, number 7, with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the opening period, and 33 seconds remaining in the penalty to Geyni. Martinet, watched by Savard. Over on the left wing side to Mikosh. Mikosh, having trouble, gets a pass away to Pospisil, too far for him, and Orr behind his own goal for Canada. Bobby Orr slaps it down the ice. With 13 seconds remaining in the penalty to Geyni, and Mikosh back for it. Mikosh of Czechoslovakia coming up to his own blue line, going in with Martinez. Martinez takes the pass in over the blue line, skating in front, gives it back to Keuchel. Geyni's back on the ice, both teams at full strength. Here's Sittlер. Sittler at center, gives it to Savard. He had trouble with it, and Martinez back into the corner to Mikosh. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. Halinka squeezed out of the play by Bobby Hull. Martinet carries on, then overskates it. Hull, number 9 of Canada, to Dennis Potvin in front of his own goal to Gilbert Perro. Perro goes back in behind his own goal. Winding up. Perro breaking out for Team Canada to center. Going in with Hull, in over the line. Watched by Keuchel. Lost his balance, the puck goes loose, and it's held against the board, and Perro starting to fly out there.
The first 4 or 5 games of this tournament, Gilbert Perro really was not the Gilbert Perro that we have seen so often with the Buffalo Sabres. He really was not skating the way he can. Here you see him bursting up the ice and creating a very good chance. But in the last few games, he has been really moving, and since the time that he has been joined with Bobby Hull and with Marcel Dionne, they've put together a very, very effective line.
1 minute and 2 seconds remain to be played in the opening period. Post behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia. Tops it back for Voracek. Bobby Hull is dumped to the side of the goal. The puck is cleared down the ice, and it'll be icing against Czechoslovakia. That's the first icing call against Czechoslovakia in the game. And the face-off comes to the right of Vladimir Zarilla, and he's been the talk of the tournament. Ken coming up with an exceptional performance in that 1-0 victory.
Here we see action behind the net where Bobby Hull is dumped by the Czechoslovak defenseman Halupa.
Ready for the face-off now. It's back to Hull. His shot. Zarilla clears it into the corner and behind the net. Gilbert Perro is dumped. Back comes Czechoslovakia with 40 seconds remaining. Peter Stashny gets by Marcel Dionne. In over the line. Checked by Potvin. Lapointe backhands the puck off the boards to center. And Voracek to Stashny. 27 seconds remaining. Halupa inside his own line. Gets it on the far side. Czechoslovakia trailing 2-0. Voracek runs into Dionne. And now it's Peter Stashny with 15 seconds remaining in the opening period. Czechoslovakia having trouble getting outside their own blue line. Finally get it two center ice, but is knocked down with 6 seconds remaining. Kozar on the left side. Watched by Dionn. Oh, and he takes a stiff jolt. Back comes Potman as the siren goes to end the first 20 minutes of play, with Canada leading by a score of 2-0.
It's a good period of hockey. I think that the Czechoslovakian team, if they are to get back in this game, are going to have to open it up more. They have a tendency to fall back into a controlled game, and Team Canada plays that game better than they possibly can.
Shots on goal, Canada holding a 9-8 edge. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. On the left side, he's covering Reggie Leach, number 28, and play is underway. Pospisil clears it to an open side. Mikosh goes after it, gets it ahead, and Clark intercepts, gives it to Bill Barber. Inside the Czechoslovakian line, Mikosh to Pospisil. Out to center ice, Augusta had trouble with it, and Leach at the side of his own goal for Canada. Off the boards, all the way out to the blue line where Mikosh has it. Off the boards on the far side, Chernik, number 14, takes it to the side of the net, dumps it in front, and Novi just had his stick on it momentarily. Barber is getting up slowly. Here's Leach, a long shot, and Zarilla lost that and went wide of the net. Out to center ice, Novi is checked by Barber. Pospisil carries on, Orr takes him out of the play, and Bobby Orr inside his own line ahead to Peter Mahovlich. Mahovlich going in, sets up Esposito back to Mahovlich, and it's intercepted by Martinez. Mikosh off the board, Laflёr in front, and Pospisil gives it to Novi. Novi a long pass to Martinez, Savard checks him, and Laflёr to Peter Mahovlich, in over the line, right in front of the goal. He's checked, and Mikosh lost it. Here's Orr. His shot goes wide of the Czechoslovakian goal. Laflёr in front, and Martinez backhands it down the ice. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. Orr inside his own blue line. Orr coming up to center. Off the boards, in behind the Czechoslovakian goal, Laflёr right in front. Esposito just failed to get his stick on it. Down the right side. In over the line, Stashny. Fakes, gives it to Keuchel. Keuchel's shot. Vachon stops that. Lappointe, number 5 for Canada. Long pass for Mahovlich. Failed to click, and it goes over the line. And it's icing. We've played 1 minute and 55 seconds here in the second period.
Some very exciting action already. I don't know when I've seen Phil Esposito skate as fast as he did on a rush with Pete Mahovlich. He was flying down the left wing, and Mahovlich made a great play and almost resulted in a goal. Bill Barber came very close to a serious injury there, falling right into the skates of a Czechoslovakian player, but fortunately he was not injured.
Face off in the Canada zone. Lapointe off the boards right from the draw to McDonald, and he's successful in getting it down the ice into the Czechoslovakian zone. Bohuslav Stashny back for it. Watched by Dэрril Sitttler. Stashny beat pass ahead, and it's Martinez leaving it for Hlinka. Hlinka right in on goal, squeezed out of the play, and Dennis Potvin runs into Martinez. Geyni off the boards down the ice, and it'll be icing against Team Canada as that goes over the line. There's a look at Lanny McDonald, number 12, and he had a handful of telegrams from Medicine Hat. A lot of spectators in the Medicine Hat, southern Alberta area, where Lanny McDonald played junior hockey with the Medicine Hat Tigers, cheering him on, as thousands of telegrams, of course, from around the country coming into the members of Team Canada. Right from the face-off, and Stashny just failed to get a shot away. McDonald, number 12, off into the corner. Zarilla takes it off the boards, leaves it there. On the far side, Lapointe runs into Stashny. Sitttler tries to keep it in. Stashny going in with Marian Stashny, and it's off the boards, cleared to center again. Borjak, number 9 of Czechoslovakia, lost it, and it's Marian Stashny, number 18, over on the far side to Alupa, to Borjak. Borjak tries to get something going for Czechoslovakia. There's a shot way off the target. Borjak tries to keep it in. Marian Stashny in front to Kozar, and Potvin breaks that up. Shots on goal. Canada has a 9-8 edge up to this point. And we played 3.5 minutes here in the second period. Pozar breaks up that rush. Potman carries on, gets to the blue line, waits for Lapointe, then goes in over the line, right on goal, and Zarilla steers it into the corner. Bobby Hull ran into the Czechoslovakian player, Borjak, number 9. Out to center ice, a long shot. That's off the net. Hull races after it with Peter Stastny. Bobby Hull lost his glove and the puck. Stastny in front. Here's a chance in front. Again, a backhand shot. And Вашон clears that out, and down the ice it goes. It'll be icing again against Team Canada. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back to the Montreal Forum. Bernie Pascal and Ken Dryden here with Canada leading Czechoslovakia 2-0. Marcel Dionne going in with Bobby Hull. His shot, and Zarilla juggles it but holds on as Marcel Dionne let that fly.
Marcel Dionne has a very, very good shot. Generally, he's most dangerous when he gets in closer, and not with his slap shot, but with his very quick wrist shot. But that one he got very, very good wood on and required a good save by Zarilla.
Right from the draw comes back to Bobby Orr. His shot, and Zarilla stops that, leaves it for Mikoch, number 4. Inside his own line, gives it back to Pospisil. Pospisil's long shot deflected high and out of play behind the Team Canada net.
A few moments ago, we had another very, very good save by Rogie Vachon. I think in the Team Canada, or in the Canada Cup Series up till now, I think perhaps only last Thursday night was Rogie required to be really spectacular. But in most of the other games, he's been required to be very, very good. And he's been absolutely suffocating. Every shot that is taken on him, and many, many good ones, he stops, and he stops with such considerable ease that it's very, very frustrating to an opponent.
Czechoslovakia with the puck. Martinez in over the Team Canada line, watched by Lapointe. Drops it back, intended for Halinka, but Barber breaks it up. He's checked by Publa, still has the puck. Barber's long shot, and that's stopped by Zarilla. Keuchel behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia. Airing pass right in front, and that's to Publa. He lost it. Leach takes it to the blue line, waits for Barber to get onside, and now Bobby Clark. He slaps it in, but it's offside at the Czechoslovakian blue line. A committee has been organized to select the outstanding players in each game for the Carling O'Keefe Awards, and the Eskimo carvings will be presented to the top player on each team following this game tonight at the Montreal Forum. We've played 4 minutes and 59 seconds here in the second period. Canada on goals by Perro and Esposito lead 2-0. Potman, there's his shot, and Zarilla stops that. Keuchel knocked against the boards by Barber. Out now to Stastny. Stastny is checked. Bobby Clark trying to hold it there and succeeds in getting a whistle and a face-off. And some of the special guests on hand here at the Montreal Forum, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Lalonde and Mrs. Campanello of Skeena. New Minister of Fitness and Sport, of course, announced by Prime Minister Trudeau. Buzar, number 23, off the boards, gives it ahead to Borjak. Borjak to center, and had his pass intercepted, cleared right back into the Czechoslovakian line, and Halupa's after it. Halupa, watched by Phil Esposito, returns the pass. Borjak at his own line. Back to Stastny. Stastny breaking away for Czechoslovakia. Going in with Puzar. Back to Puzar, and it's intercepted by Guy Lafleur. He's dumped, and there'll be a tripping penalty to the Czechoslovakian player as he tripped Guy Lafleur to the right of the Team Canada goal. And Puzar, number 23, heads towards the penalty box.
Here's a look at the penalty taken by Puzar on Guy Lafleur. I think it was to some extent an accidental trip, and certainly one that was rather unnecessary, and I'm sure he's very upset at himself for getting the penalty at this stage in the game.
Czechoslovakia trailing 2-0, and prior to this period tonight, Czechoslovakia had scored only 2 goals in the last 10 periods of action. Of course, they got that goal last week, last Thursday night, the 1-0 victory over Canada, and they scored just 1 goal last Saturday in a game against Sweden, so they're in a bit of a scoring drought of late. 2 goals in their last 10 periods. The penalty to Puzar for tripping at 5 minutes and 49 seconds of the second period. Peter Mahavlich to Bobby Orr behind his own goal for Canada. Perro and Esposito have scored the goals in the game. Canada leading 2-0. Orr at center. Just clears it in. Lafleur racing after it with Esposito. Drops it back. And Esposito is checked as it's taken by Pospisil, but he can't get out. Esposito in turn checked by Pospisil. Novi goes in to help out. Orr keeps it in to Potvin in front. Here's Esposito. His shot. And it's knocked down. Novi. The puck was gloved ahead, and the referee, Dahlberg, calling a stoppage as Esposito and Mikoch exchange a few words in front of the Czechoslovakian goal.
It's not the first time during this game that Mikoch and Esposito have had words, although I can't imagine what they're saying, as doesn't seem to be a common language between the two of them.
Gilbert Perrault with Bobby Hull and Marcel Dionne.
There was the action in front of the net which resulted in that altercation between Mikoch and Esposito.
Czechoslovakian, Pollock clearing it down the ice, and Vachon out of the net, leaving it there for Dennis Potvin. Potvin to Gilbert Perrault. Inside his own line, drops it back to Bobby Hull. Hull winds up. 7 minutes have been played here in the second period. Gilbert Perrault over the line. Lost the puck, and Czechoslovakia up with it. Ivan Holinka gave it to a teammate, and down the ice it goes, and Team Canada forced to regroup. 39 seconds remaining in the penalty to Puzar. Team Canada on the power play. Dennis Potvin to Bobby Hull, drops it back. In over the line to Orr. Orr gets set, a shot, and Zarilla got a piece of that. Hull from the short side tries to tap it in, but Zarilla falls on the puck with 24 seconds remaining in the penalty. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. We've played 7 minutes and 25 seconds here in the
Bobby
second
Orr's
period.
shots, as Bobby Orr's shots usually are, right on the corner and low and very difficult for the goaltender, and Zarilla just tipped it wide.
Team Canada on the power play. Keuchel behind his own goal, watched by Leach. Then circles back again. Clark goes in to cover him, gets it down the ice, and back for it, Savard and Marian Stashny. Savard, side of his own goal to Barber. 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Puzar. Barber inside his own line. Coming up to center ice, going in with Bobby Orr, and Clark just clears it into the corner as Puzar returns to the ice, and both teams are at full strength. There'll be a penalty coming up. Dahlberg has nailed a Team Canada player. Here's a shot. Oh, hits the side of the net as Keuchel let that go. Penalty coming up to Canada. And as Savard touches the puck, referee Ovi Dahlberg signifies the call, and I believe it'll be Bill Barber.
Here's the play that resulted in Barber's penalty. It's hard to determine exactly what it was for, possibly holding, possibly boarding.
So Bill Barber in the penalty box, so Czechoslovakia has the power play advantage. And here's the announcement on the penalty.
Team Canada's penalty number 17, Bill Barber, 2 minutes for boarding at 8 minutes, 7 seconds.
Czechoslovakia trailing 2-0. They have the power play situation now. Barber in the penalty box, 8:07 for boarding. Stashny now will take the face-off, drop back, and Halupa has trouble with it, then clears it right onto the stick of Dennis Potvin. Potvin, number 6 for Canada, gets by Halupa. In over the line, hits Vorjak with his shot, and the Czechoslovakian player has it at the side of his own goal. Pass ahead to Stashny. Marian Stashny in over the line. Watched by Lapointe, drops it back. Kept in, off the board. Sittlер gets a swipe at it, and it's cleared out to center ice where Halupa has it. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bill Barber. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia no score. We're in the second period. 8 minutes and 45 seconds have been played. Stashny in over the line. Side of the goal, dumps it in front, and it's intercepted. Another shot. Here's a shot. Oh, and back on top that. As Stashny was set up in front. What a save by Rogie Vachon. Bozar inside the line. Has the puck, and they're still clapping on that stop by Rogie Vachon. 52 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bill Barber, and it's icing against Czechoslovakia.
I don't really believe in turning points of games, but I think that if this game ends with Team Canada winning, a lot of people are going to refer back to the save that Vachon made just about halfway through this second period. It was a good passing play right in front, wide open Stastny, a shot, and Vachon had to be very, very quick with their leg save.
And right from the face-off, Zarilla had to be sharp as Geyni let that one fly. Down the ice, Martinet to Novi. Novi in over the Team Canada line with Augusta. Back to Pospisil. Checked by Geyni, gets it into the corner, and Geyni goes after it. Puts it right on the stick of Martinet. Martinet's behind the goal. Back to Mikaj. Over on the far side, Robinson checks him. Here's the shot, he scores! Milan Novi. Left uncovered at the side of the goal, and Czechoslovakia on a power play goal get their first of the game.
The Czechoslovakian team got Team Canada running and allowed a wide open man there. Vachon had to come out to play him, and as he came out, it was slid right by.
So a power play goal for Czechoslovakia, and it's now Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. 9:44, the time of that goal by Milan Novi, and Keuchel has the puck at his own blue line. Czechoslovakia at center. Robinson clears it in. Here's the announcement on the goal.
Numéro 4, Aldrich Shattt, à 9 minutes 44 secondes. The Czechoslovakia's goal scored by number 6, Milan Novi. Assist number 10, Vladimir Martinek. And number 4, Aldrich Shattt. At 9 minutes 44 seconds.
And we have 9 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the second period. Canada on goals by Perro and Esposito. And that power play goal by Novi of Czechoslovakia, their first power play goal here. And it's 2-1. Robinson tries to keep it in, or has it at center ice for Canada. Slaps it right back into the corner. It bounces off the boards and up over the glass and out of play. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back at the Montreal Forum, Bernie Pascal and Ken Dryden, as you see the members of Team Canada holding a bit of a huddle there. That goal against Rogie Vachon by Milan Novi was the first goal given up by Vachon in 139 minutes and 22 seconds. Milan Novi, and it was also the first power play goal scored against Canada. Zarilla put it right onto the stick of Guy Lafleur. We have 9 minutes and 26 seconds. Here's a shot, and that was stopped. And Bubla has it. There will be a penalty coming up right after that shot as Esposito is tied up in front of the goal there by Bohuslav Stastny.
Here we see the penalty. Esposito free in front of the net momentarily, but Stastny grabbed a hold of him and got the penalty. It's the kind of situation that a team who has just been recently scored on looks to very gratefully. They are down momentarily, even strength. They're not really forcing the play, and now they get an opportunity to really force the play with the power play.
At 10 minutes 38 seconds.
10 minutes and 38 seconds, the time of the Czechoslovakian penalty. Again, Canada on the power play. Lafleur, his shot hits Borjak, gets it again, back to Orr. Orr winds up, and Zarilla juggles it, but holds on. Ron Andrews points out that there are 265 accredited newsmen here at the Montreal Forum tonight. And that's a record of sorts, the most for a Stanley Cup game, 233, and that was for the fourth game of the 1976 final between the Canadiens and Philadelphia. So 265 accredited newsmen covering this game, and the telecast is being fed right around the world as well. 8 minutes and 48 seconds remain in the second period. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. Laflёr into the corner, tries to get it in front to Bobby Hull, tied up by Hollick. Hollick out ahead to Marion Stachny. He couldn't get it out. Orr keeps it in. Laflёr will try again. Orr off the boards behind the net to Esposito. Esposito. Team Canada on the power play. It's Halupa. Halupa clears it out to Stachny. Stachny overskates the puck, and Esposito has it at center. Forced to clear it back inside his own line to Dennis Potvin. Potvin's pass hits Esposito. He has the puck inside the line with 45 seconds remaining in the Czechoslovakian penalty to Bohuslav Stachny. Novi and Esposito collide. Borjak goes in to help out. Marcel Dionn overskated it. Gets the puck again, though, in front. A shot. Another shot. And Esposito sent that one wide. Or trying to get it over to Dennis Potvin. Had to go outside the line. Marcel Dionn. To Bobby Hull. Runs into Halupa. Feeds it back to the goaltender. And he gives it to Augusta. Off the boards and down the ice. 12 seconds remaining now in the penalty. 7 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the second period. Here comes Gilbert Perro. In over the line. Gets by Pospisil right in front. And that pass failed to click to Bobby Hull. Stachny out of the penalty box. Checked by Potvin. Marcel Dionn to Hull. Hull runs into Pospisil. Stachny clears it wide of the net. Vachon takes it off the boards, leaves it there for Dennis Potvin. Ahead to Perro. Barber. Marcel Dionn in over the line. Dumped by Pospisil. Across to Augusta. And the puck goes loose to center ice. Chernik in over the Team Canada line, going in with Pospisil. He takes the pass but gets a weak shot away. Back to Augusta. Winds up his shot wide. At the side, Novi taps at it. Vachon tries to get it. Taken by Dennis Potvin to Dionn. Here's a chance for Barber. Going in with Potvin. Winds up a shot. And Dэрril stops that. And he's checked by Potvin, and the net is knocked off its moorings. What action here in the second period. And this is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. End-to-end action highlighting this second period. 6 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. Keiko right onto the stick of Bobby Clark in front. Barber gets a shot, and it's deflected wide. Dэрril holds it at the side of the net long enough to get a face-off.
There's a great tendency in a game such as this, where Vachon has played as well as he has, to forget the work of Dэрril, who, after coming in at 3:09 of the first period, has shut out Team Canada for over 30 minutes now, and has been forced into making a number of very, very good saves. And in a critical circumstance, too, for the Czechoslovakian team, as any goal given up during that period of time would have been very, very difficult for them to overcome.
6 minutes and 15 seconds remain to be played in the second period. Perro and Esposito have scored the goals in this game for Canada. Milan Novi has scored for Czechoslovakia. Keuchel in front of his own net, watched by Leach. He's checked. Barber to Leach. Bubla runs into him. And now it's Ivan Halinka shot from the side as Barber got the loose puck. Halinka racing after it. Lapойnт beats him to it. Behind the net, Barber and Keuchel try to pin it there. Leach goes in to help out, and they finally pin it there long enough for a face-off.
We've seen it happen many, many times in games involving the Czechs, in particular against Team Canada, and that is their lack of effectiveness along the boards. In international hockey rinks, there's much greater space behind the nets, and with the result that there are plays that are made and very little jamming up. So they've had very little experience in moving the puck along with their skates along the boards, and Team Canada is doing much better than they are in that regard.
Down the ice from the face-off, and Robinson inside his own blue line for Canada, watched by Stachny, and it's Bob Geyni firing it down. It'll be icing against Team Canada. And NHL and World Hockey Association training camps in full swing. And no one knows that better than our guest analyst tonight, Ken Dryden, who was on the ice here at the Forum today with the Montreal Canadiens. It's been a rather hectic day for you, Ken.
Well, it has, but however, tomorrow will be that much worse with 2 workouts starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Face-off is to the left of Rogi Vachon. Canada has been called 5 times for icing the puck, while Czechoslovakia has only had 1 icing call against them up to this point. That shot goes wide. Geyni inside the line, coming back for Canada to center ice. Watched by Halupa, knocked off stride, goes after the puck, collides with Borjak, and the puck goes behind the net. Stashny for Czechoslovakia. Head to Peter Stashny. Kozar, number 23, going in against Orr. Orr takes the puck away from him and has it. Bobby Orr behind his own goal. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. And again, Canada called on icing. The 6th time they've been caught for icing the puck in this game. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. 4 minutes and 54 seconds remain to be played in the second period. Novi and Peter Mahavlich into the face-off position. Both teams are at full strength. Guy Lapointe backhands it off the boards to Guy Lafleur. Pospisil runs into him, but the puck is taken out by Lapointe. Going in with Steve Schott, who takes the pass on the left side. His shot off the net and comes all the way out to center ice. Dennis Potvin, watched by Novi. Gets it to the center line. Lafleur runs into Augusta. Now it's Chernik. Chernik to Milan Novi. He has scored the lone Czechoslovakian goal. Nick Hodge to Novi. In over the line to Augusta. Lafleur checks him and is dumped. And there'll be a penalty to Czechoslovakia. And I think there was a little bit of an academy performance there as well, although the Czechoslovakian player did have him tied up.
Here's the penalty again. Augusta with the puck. Lafleur starts to take it away from him, and the trip is made, or perhaps made.
4 minutes and 21 seconds remain in the second period. We mentioned Ken Dryden working with us tonight. We have rather elite goaltending crew up here in the press box. Within a space of about 20 feet, we have Gump Worsley, a former Vezina Trophy winner, and Jacques Plante working on the French coverage of tonight's game. So we're surrounded by goaltending talent. And, of course, TVA, the French network in Quebec, carrying the game to the French audience here in Quebec and across Canada in various areas. Augusta in the penalty box for hooking at 15:39, the time of that penalty. And again, Team Canada on the power play with Orr at the side of his own goal. He's out there with Peter Mahavlich, Steve Schott, Guy Lafleur, and Denny Potvin. Orr to Schott on the left side, broken up, and Chernik slaps it back into the Team Canada corner. Novi and Potvin, a pair of sixes, get to the puck. Peter Mahavlich there to help out to Steve Schott. Guy Lafleur at center. Leaves it there for Schott. He overskates it, and it's cleared right back in, and Orr inside his own line for Canada. Checked by Novi. Gets to the Czechoslovakian line and over. Peter Mahavlich right in, a shot, another shot, and he just failed to get good wood on that one. Pospisil runs into Peter Mahavlich. Novi goes in, kicks it away. Orr up with the puck. Novi falls. Orr watched by Mikos, gets it back to Potvin. Mahavlich at the side, trying to get it in front, and it bounced off his stick. And they hold it there for a face-off as referee Obi Dahlberg doesn't waste any time in whistling down the flag.
Rushed by Bobby Orr, not with the kind of speed that Bobby Orr is used to displaying, but with the same kind of moves that he often does. He set up Peter Mahavlich very well, but Peter's shot bounced off Pospisil's stick and wide of the net.
58 seconds remain in the penalty to Augusta. 3 minutes and 19 seconds remain to be played in the second period. It's Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. Martinez against Phil Esposito. Esposito is waved out, and Gilbert Perro will move in to take the face-off as linesman Vladimir Schubert sent Esposito out. Potvin. Bobby Hull in the corner to Gilbert Perro. Perro drops it back to Potvin, hits a skate, goes loose, comes back to Orr. Orr shot, knocked down by Zarilla, and cleared out to the Czechoslovakian line where Martinez has it. He slaps it back into the Team Canada zone with 35 seconds remaining in the penalty to Augusta. Orr at his own line, going in with Hull and Esposito. Esposito takes the pass, returns it back. Here's Martinet breaking away with Pollock. In over the line. Martinet sets up a shot, hits a skate and goes wide. Or checked in front. Taken by Dennis Potvin. Potvin at his own line for Canada. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Perro over the line. Skates to the top of the circle. Watch there, gives it to Orr. Orr winds up the shot, hits a player in front and goes wide. As Posar returns to the ice, here's Esposito. He couldn't get a hold of it. Bobby Hull checked by Augusta. Keuchel and Hull hold it against the boards.
Team Canada is starting to do well what they did last Thursday night in their loss to the Czechs, and that is use the points very, very effectively and then jam up the front of the net. And every time that happens, and when the shot is taken, there's a real good chance of that shot ending up in a goal, because it can either go in directly or by virtue of a screen or by a deflection, and the goaltender has very, very little chance.
And a good example of that right there, Ken, with that scramble in front, and Zarilla really at his mercy. Posar behind his own goal, leaves it there for Borjak, number 9. Out to center now. Here's Stashny racing down the left side, in over the Team Canada line. Lapointe takes him out of the play, but he gets the puck again. Stashny on the far side to Marion Stashny, and Halupa tries to keep it in. Bobby Clark to Leach. He's checked. Backhand shot, and Vachon stops that. Here's Peter Stashny getting a shot. Clark breaks his stick. Barber on the far side. Scoops it to the blue line and out. Peter Stashny goes after it, but it was forwarded ahead with the glove, and there'll be a face-off with 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining in the second period. Canada on goals by Perro and Esposito lead Czechoslovakia 2-1. The Czechoslovakian goal coming here in the second period by Milan Novi. And for Novi, his 5th goal of the Canada Cup competition. This the second game of the best-of-3 final. Czechoslovakia lost the opener on Monday, 6-0. Lapointe inside his own line. Check. Here's a chance for Peter Stashny, a shot, and it goes wide. Lapointe takes it off the boards. Geinie tries to get it out, kept in by Halupa. And Czechoslovakia almost getting it. Puzar is dumped at center. Here's Sittlер going over the line with Geinie. Geinie gets set. Over to Lapointe. Lapointe in front. What a save as McDonald was set up in front. And Zarilla robbing Lanny McDonald.
Vladimir Zarilla is a very experienced goaltender, and it was shown very, very well on that occasion. Here we see the play developing with Darryl Sittlер coming down, passing to Bob Geinie, who flips it back to Lapointe and then across the crease to Lanny McDonald. But Zarilla read that play in advance, anticipated very well, and covered up.
Vladimir Zarilla, the 34-year-old refrigerator repairman from Czechoslovakia, has certainly been in top form since replacing Holacek in this game. Savard at the blue line, slaps it into the corner again. Pospisil knocks Sittler down. We have 57 seconds remaining in the second period. It comes to the blue line, kept in though by Lapointe and Pospisil. To Mikosh at center. Long pass for Augusta behind him. And it's offside against Czechoslovakia with 47 seconds remaining here in the second period. There's a look at number 16, Joseph Augusta. He's 5'10", 183 pounds.
He's a very, very effective left winger for them. Although he's a right-hand shot, he does play left wing, and he was the one who set up Novi for the winning goal last Thursday night.
So far in the second period, 1 offside each against Czechoslovakia and Canada. And time ticking away with 38 seconds remaining. Lapointe behind his own net. Robinson couldn't get it out. Kept in, or has it in front of his own goal. Slaps it off the boards and down into the Czechoslovakian zone. Larry Robinson racing after it, and it's icing against Team Canada with 25 seconds left. As Orr set that one down, slapping it off the boards.
As has happened a few times in this series, Larry Robinson is out playing left wing. He's a good defensive left winger, as would seem quite logical. And Larry likes to play left wing. He likes to be involved in the play, and he becomes a very, very effective forechecker.
25 seconds remaining. Canada 2, Czechoslovakia 1. A key face-off here in the Team Canada zone. Ivan Hlinka will take the face-off. He has Martinez on the right. And dropping back is Jiri Halleck, number 20. John D'Amico, the linesman, getting set to drop the puck. Clark wins the face-off, and Bobby Orr at his own line. A pass to Robinson. He's checked by Bubla. Drilla way out of the net, off the board. Here's his shot. And luckily for Czechoslovakia, that shot by Robinson hit a player. Here's Halleck in over the line, overskates it, then takes it again offside. And Jiri Halleck, number 20 for Czechoslovakia, became a proud papa yesterday. His wife had a baby boy born in Prague, Czechoslovakia yesterday, and that's a little boy to go along with the young daughter that Jiri Halleck has, and he was very happy today knowing that he'd become a father yesterday. 8 seconds with the face-off outside the Team Canada line. Orr has it inside the blue line to Bill Barber, checked by Halleck, and it's cleared right back in with 1 second. There goes the siren, and the second period is over. And Canada holding on to a 2-1 lead.
Very different period than the first period. We left the first period with the thought that Team Canada was on the verge of scoring the next goal to go ahead 3-0. The Czechs have scored, and now it is a very, very close hockey game with the result very much in doubt.
While Perro and Esposito scoring for Canada, Novi scoring the goal for Czechoslovakia. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.
1 goal margin.
Of the 20 shots, he's handled 18 of the Team Canada shots in the game. And we have the third period underway. Right from the draw, it's taken by Augusta. In over the line, gets by Orr, but overskated the puck. Orr checks him. Novi gets a shot from the side, and Barber back for Canada. Up to center, going in with Leach off the boards right in front. Dэрril takes the puck, feeds it into the corner. Bouncing puck in front, Clark gets a shot, and Pospisil stops that. Orr keeps it in. Reg Leach behind the goal. Koch knocks it off the boards, but not out. Bobby Clark fighting with Augusta. Finally, Novi clears it to center ice. Clark slaps it back down inside the Czechoslovakian line where Pospisil has it. Watched by Gilbert Perro. Out to Novi. Outside the blue line, and it's Bobby Hull. Hull leaves it there for Dennis Potvin. We've played 57 seconds in the third period, and it's icing against Team Canada. 59 seconds have gone here in the third period.
Team Canada has worked very hard through training camp, through all of the games, but this is their hardest task right now. It's always most difficult to take that final step and deliver the knockout blow to an opponent. And they have the lead in the game, or in the series rather, 1-0, 2-1 in the game. They've got to at least tie this last 20 minutes, and this is against a Czechoslovakian team that took away a bit of the pace of the play in the second period.
Dennis Potvin getting the puck right from the face-off, checked by Ivan Hlinka. Bubla keeps it in. Here's a chance for Hlinka right in front, and he just couldn't get his stick on the puck as he was left alone in front of Ashon. And Ivan Hlinka, during that intermission, was talking to CTV's Johnny Esau and a few other press people. And Ivan Hlinka said, as the team was skating back on the ice, he says, no concern, we'll score 2 goals and win this game 3-2, and he almost had a goal there.
He certainly did. He made a good move. I think part of the problem in his inability to handle the puck there was his very radically hooked stick. He was able to stick handle from the forehand very well, but once it got to the backhand, it seemed to roll off and wide.
Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. The face-off to the left of Rogie Vachon. And it's taken by Marcel Dionn. Off the boards, Bubla takes a swipe at it. It goes down the ice. It'll be icing if it goes over Keuchel, but it's waved off as the official thought Keuchel could have got to it before it went over the line. Hull against the boards, held there, and Bubla ties him up for that faceoff. Czechoslovakia has not iced the puck since the first period. Canada has iced the puck a total of 8 times in the game, including 5 times in the second period and once so far in the third period. 1 minute and 33 seconds have been played in the third period. Canada 2 and Czechoslovakia 1. Esposito got the puck momentarily, but it was whistled down because the face-off was not done fairly, so they'll all line up again. To the right of goaltender Vladimir Zirilla, the 34-year-old veteran, in goal for Czechoslovakia. Robinson back to Esposito. He has trouble with it. Racing over for it. Vorjak gets it momentarily. Halupa lost it. In behind the net, Laflёr tries to get it in front. Esposito fighting for possession. Peter Mahavlis goes in to help out along with Laflёr, and it's cleared out to center ice. Too far for Marion Stastny, and it's Robinson. Guy Lafleur over the line. Vorjak checks him. And it's Halupa, number 5, behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia. Halupa, long pass to his own blue line. Robinson runs into Stastny. It's taken to Puzar. Puzar, wind up, scores! Puzar! As he caught Vashon on the glove side with that high shot. And it's a 2-2 tie.
Canada seemed to get caught a little bit and allowed Puzar to take a shot. It was a reasonably long shot, but a very hard one, and not an easy one at all for Vashon.
There it is with Puzar tying it up at 2-2. And still plenty of time left here in the game. Geyni at the Czechoslovakian line, and it's offside as the puck went sailing over the board and hit a policeman behind the Czechoslovakian bench. And let's pick up the announcement here on the goal.
Czechoslovakia's goal scored by number 23, Yaroslav Puzar. Assist number 18, Mirjan Stastny. And number 5, Milan Chalupa. At 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
2 minutes and 14 seconds, the time of the goal, and it's a 2-2 tie. Back comes Czechoslovakia. Down the ice it goes into the corner, and it's icing against Czechoslovakia.
There you see Dr. Starship, who is the coach of the Czechoslovakian team, the former coach of the Slovan Bratislava team in the Czechoslovakian League. A team that has produced such players as Vaclav Nedomansky, now of the Birmingham Bulls, and players also such as Vladimir Zirilla and Ivan Halinka.
And from the face-off, it's in behind the Czechoslovakian goal, cleared up to center ice where Dennis Potvan in turn gives it to Dэрril Sitttler. Pospisil breaks it up, and Chernik will try. Chernik leaves it for Pospisil. Over the line, a shot, and Vashon steers that to the corner. Lanny McDonald misses the check. At his own line, clears it to an open wing. Geyni comes back for it. Into Guy Lafleur. Back to Potvan, to Geyni. Takes it off the boards, then had trouble with it. McCott in over the line. It's offside as Augusta, number 16, was way in on the right side.
The best thing that Team Canada can do at the very moment is just put this game in a little bit of perspective. Although they had a 2-0 lead, and although the Czechs have come back to tie it 2-2, it still is a tie hockey game. They are not behind. They are, I'm sure, psychologically down at the moment, but it still is a tie game, and with plenty of time to win this hockey game.
On the draw, it's back to Bobby Orr. Both teams are at full strength, and it's taken by Serge Savard. Cleared into the Czechoslovakian zone. Yuri Holick goes in against Clark and Leach. It's dumped out in front, intercepted by Martinez. Martinez, a long pass to Halinka. In over the line, drops it back. Holick gets a shot, and Orr stops that. Right in front as Bobby Clark had it knocked off his stick, and Vashon forced to make a save. Holick tries to keep it in. Checked by Leach. Now Halinka will try. At his own line. Ivan Halinka. We've played exactly 4 minutes. Here's Barber's shot, and Zirilla stops that. Halinka at the line. Checked by Bobby Clark. Savard just clears it right back into the Czechoslovakian zone. Yuri Holick, number 20. Behind his own goal. Watched by Leach. Leaves it for Bubla. Gilbert Perro checking him. Grabs the stick. Holick gets the pass, and he circles around. Holick by Perro to Halinka. Halinka to Martinez. Off the boards on the far side. Watched by Bobby Hull and Orr. Halinka takes Hull against the boards. Orr goes in and ties up Martinez, and we have a face-off.
Ivan Halinka was guilty of a very poor play in his own end there. He had the puck off to the side in his own end, made a cross-ice pass that was intercepted in the middle of the ice, which is something that absolutely should not be done, and certainly not at this level of competition.
Peter Stastny, number 26, will take this face-off now against Gilbert Perro as we look at the co-coaches, the Czechoslovakian coach and, of course, Scotty Bowman, the coach of Team Canada. Orjak behind his own goal, a pair of nines. Bobby Hull checking him. Now Dionn goes in, knocks the puck loose. Pozar will try it. He just clears it out to center to Stastny. Stastny going over the line. In with Peter Stastny on the far side, and Perro intercepts. Back comes Gilbert Perro down the right side. Gets by Pozar right in front. Zerilla stops it. The puck slides to the net. Without in. The referee says no goal. Referee says no goal. And Zerilla in goal is getting up slowly.
It appears as if Zerilla injured his right knee in that collision. Gilbert Perro cut around the defense and was upended. It's a very dangerous play, and a play in which the goaltender is really out of control and at the mercy of the player. And often what happens, as almost happened in that play, is that the puck will slide to the goaltender, and then the puck will be driven into the net by the sliding player. Here's Perro flying down the right wing as he has done all night, goes around Pozar, out of control, slides into Zerilla, and Zerilla was very, very fortunate to keep that puck in front of him and out of the net.
So the score remains 2-2, and we've played 5 minutes here in the third period. Hull slaps at the puck. Lapойnт gets a piece of it, tries to give it to Marcel Dionn, and Milan Novi breaks away. Novi's pass hits Lapойnт and Marcel Dionn. Tries to give it to Perro. Too far for him. Mikaj to Chernik. Chernik, number 14, over the Team Canada line, gets a shot, and Vachon clears that out. Pospisil had his shot blocked by Guy Lapойnт. Back to Pospisil in front, intended there for Chernik, and back comes Lapойnt to Hull. Hull over the line, tries to give it to Dionn, and Augusta intercepts. Augusta clears it down the ice, back into the Team Canada corner. Dennis Potvin goes back for an enticing against Czechoslovakia. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Face-off will be to the right of Vladimir Zerilla in goal for Czechoslovakia. And Halinka gets the draw back to Bubla. Bubla of Czechoslovakia clears it outside the blue line that hit Peter Mahavlich. Esposito deflects it back to the Czechoslovakian line where Yuri Holik has it. To Milan Keuchel. Keuchel runs into Guy Lafleur. Esposito goes in to help out. Puck is still loose behind the net. Lafleur's up with it, tries to get it in front. Czechoslovakian player falls. Keuchel along with Esposito. Mahavlich left it there, goes after the puck again. Keuchel knocks him flat, and there will be a penalty to Czechoslovakia for elbowing, I believe, as Keuchel ran into Peter Mahavlich. And there's the Czechoslovakian coaching staff, Dr. Jan Starcy. So a penalty to Czechoslovakia.
There's the penalty there. It was a very heavy hit by Keuchel. It really requires a heavy hit to upend Peter Mahavlich that way.
So Team Canada on the power play now. They send out Peter Mahavlich, Esposito, Guy Lafleur. They remain out there. Orr and Potvin on defense. Martinez will take this face-off. And here's the announcement on the penalty.
Team Czechoslovakia's penalty, number 17, Milan Kashkil. 2 minutes for...
Back to Bobby Orr. His shot hits a player in front. Knocked down. Esposito will try. Back to Bobby Orr. Returns it to Esposito. Esposito at the side in front, deflected wide. Keuchel for elbowing at 16-18 here of the third period. Or rather, 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Back comes Guy Lafleur. Lafleur over the line. Into the corner. This is a check, and Bobby Orr lost it. Holik. Watched by Peter Mahavlich. Clears it to Halupa. Halupa. And Bobby Orr intercepts. Orr coming back for Canada. To Potvin. Potvin will try. To the Czechoslovakia line and over. Wahavlich, number 20, tries to drop it back. Still has it. In front, knocked down. And it's taken by the Czechoslovakian player Martinez. Over to Borjak. In behind the goal he goes. The puck at the side. And here comes Bobby Orr. Long pass for Lafleur, knocked down. Martinez got a piece of it. Orr will try again. In over the line with Esposito. He's done. And Martinez backhands the puck up over the boards and out of play. With 37 seconds remaining in the penalty to Keuchel. And 2 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first 10 minutes of the third period.
Bobby Orr making another rush, and he's upended fairly heavily there. And whenever Bobby Orr is upended that way, any arena always seems to go into a great hush because you can never be sure what's going to happen.
And from the draw, Halupa behind his own goal. Bobby Hull takes it, a shot. Rebound, Bobby Clark. That's his first goal of the Canada Cup Series. Bobby Clark on the rebound, and the bench empty to congratulate Clark.
Hull was allowed to come out in front of the net with a puck, took the shot. Zulila meant to save. The rebound went to Clark, who put it through his legs. Here it is again. There's Hull coming out in front, turning around, letting the shot go. And there's the rebound. Very little space, but through. And a 3-2 lead.
This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Welcome back to the Montreal Forum. Bernie Pascal and Ken Dryden. And it's Canada 3, Czechoslovakia 2. Clark on a power play goal. His first goal of the series. Clark from Bobby Hull and Gilbert Perro at 7 minutes and 48 seconds. And we have 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first 10 minutes of the third period. Mikosh, a long pass to Augusta, broken up by Leach. Back into the Czechoslovakian zone. It's icing against Team Canada.
It's from that area that Bobby Clark is his most dangerous. He does not have a very strong shot, but he always places himself right around the goal crease. And he's very tenacious, as everyone knows, and he's excellent from that kind of close range. He's able to fend off defensemen and take shots.
And there's Bobby Clark taking the face-off against Novi. Leach breaks away to Bill Barber. Barber's long shot, and Zarilla stops that. In front, Pospisil to Chernik. Novi back to Chernik. In over the line, drops it back. Novi takes the puck, then overskates it, and Dэрril Sittler. Back for Canada. Off the board. Zarilla watches it go behind the net. Leach drops it back for Savard. Too far for him, and it goes all the way down the ice. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the first 10 minutes of the third period. Canada 3, Czechoslovakia 2. Martinez in over the Canada line, watched by Lanny McDonald. McDonald falls. Martinez loses his stick. Lapointe and Sittler try to get it out. Augusta ties them up. Now Lapointe will try from the other side. Point off the boards to center ice. Race for it. Sittler and Keuchel gets there first. 55 seconds remaining now in the first 10 minutes of the third period. Keuchel behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia to Bubla. Long rink-wide pass there for Yuri Holick. In over the line, drops it back, gets the return pass. Oh, and he overskated the puck. He just couldn't get his stick on it as he was set up perfectly. What a play that was. Martinez, he's checked, and Dэрril Sittler clears it down the ice. Czechoslovakia missing a glorious opportunity there of tying it up. 24 seconds remain. Kalinka at center ice, going over the Team Canada line. Gives it to Stastny, back to Bubla. Returns it to Stastny in front to Holick. And McDonald intercepts. 10 seconds. Down the ice it goes, and Zarilla watches it closely. Bubla with 5 seconds. In front of his own goal, backhands it to center to Alinka. There goes the siren. And the first 10 minutes of the third period is over. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Heading into the final 10 minutes now of the third period with Canada leading Czechoslovakia 3-2. And the final 10 minutes of the third period underway. Orr at center. Hit by the referee Dahlberg, clears it off the boards into the corner, and the whistle goes. Reminder that the individual winners of the Toyota Celikas for the outstanding players on the teams will be announced at the completion of the best-of-3 final series. 2 additional Toyotas will be awarded to the top players on both Canada and Czechoslovakia. That'll be announced at the end of the series. Of course, other winners have included Matti Hagman of Finland, Robbie Fatorik of the United States, Borja Salming of Sweden, and goaltender Vladislav Tretiak of the Soviet Union. 9 minutes and 44 seconds remain to be played here in the third period. Kozar behind his own goal, right in front of the net. Stachny had it momentarily, then lost it. Hull gives it to Orr. Orr to Marcel Dionne. Orjak lost it. Peter Stachny will try. Hull takes it away from him and sets up Perro on the far side. He just slaps at it. It goes wide of the net. Orjak behind the net, hits Perro. And now Peter Stachny will try. Gets by Dionne. Head to Kozar. Hull checks him. Slaps it off the boards. And here's Halupa trying to get it out. As Czechoslovakia hemmed in, they finally break away with Kozar. Kozar, watched by Bobby Orr. Stop. Gets the puck again, intercepted by Bobby Hull. At center, Dionne with Perro. And the pass didn't get over. Orr tries it again, but Perro was inside the blue line, thus the offside.
Just prior to the 10-minute mark of the period, the Czechoslovakian team had a very, very close chance around Rogie Vachon. They seemed to have a wide open net, and it seemed to just go off wide, but I think that Vachon got his stick out and on the puck, something that he has done very, very often in this championship, particularly when he's had breakaways against him.
Shots on goal up to this point. Canada has outshot Czechoslovakia 26-17. In behind the Czechoslovakian goal, cleared up to Augusta at center. He couldn't get to it, then goes back to his own blue line, gives it to Pospisil, checked by Guy Lafleur. Here's Augusta, in over the line, going in with Chernik, a long shot, and that's wide of the Team Canada goal. Peter Mahavlich down the ice for Lafleur, racing after it. Mikosh going after him, takes a shot, juggled by Zarilla, but he holds on. And Phil Esposito there to give him a tap on the pads. Job well done.
It appears as if the Clark goal has really had a very positive impact on the general play of Team Canada. They seem to be in a kind of doldrums prior to that play. The momentum seemed to have been taken away from them. The Czechoslovakian team was very much on the upswing, and now the situation seems to be reversed, and Team Canada with a 3-2 lead and only 8:19 to go, they seem to be very encouraged at the moment.
Bobby Clark against Holinka for this face-off. To the left of Zarilla. Now both are waved out, a little too anxious to get the face-off underway before linesman Vladimir Schubert would drop it. A shot by Leach deflected wide, and Keuchel in the corner, checked by Bobby Clark, and Yuri Hollick winds up. Hollick, lead pass to Bubla. Holinka takes it in over the line. Watched by Savard, a shot in front, no one there. Keuchel slaps at it, a weak shot taken by Orr, ahead to Leach. Leach all alone, right in on goal, a shot, and Zarilla stops that. As Reggie Leach was set up by Bobby Orr. Hollick inside his own blue line. Coming back for Czechoslovakia. Gives it to Holinka. Holinka right in front. That deflection goes wide. Back come Team Canada. Barber to Savard. Going in with Leach. Taken by Martinez. Vladimir Martinez behind his own goal. Coming back for Czechoslovakia. Watched by Dэрril Sittler. Had it knocked off his stick. Lanny McDonald runs into Keuchel. Still has the puck. At the side of the net to Sittler. Back to Geyni, his shot. And he sent that one low and wide. Another shot, and that's wide as well. Savard keeps it in as Canada putting on the pressure. Keuchel runs into McDonald. Sittler tries to get to it, and Bubla of Czechoslovakia, circling around, kept in by Geyni. Geyni's shot deflected and goes wide. Gets it behind the net to Sittler. Dэрril Sittler for Canada. Checked by Keuchel. And they finally hold it there for a whistle. Team Canada really pressing here in the third period.
I think that's what they were missing in the second period. They had the 2-goal lead. They tended to think that that might be enough, and given the way Вашон had played and the defense had played, it seemed as if it might be. But when you do sit back that way, you leave yourself very wide open. Here's the play that Reggie Leach let go a very hard shot, but Zarilla came out well, blocked the angle well, and got it in the midsection.
Race for the puck in the Team Canada zone. Stachny and Lapointe. Lapointe's there first. Stachny goes after it. They fight for it. Taken now by Bobby Hull. Hull for Canada. Circles back in behind his own net. Both teams are at full strength. 6 minutes and 33 seconds remain in the third period. Stachny going in with Peter Stachny. Takes it into the corner. Watched by Potvin and taken out of the play. Lapointe is checked. Stachny covers him up, and they hold it there for a face-off in the Team Canada corner. And this will be to the left of Rogie Vachon as Team Canada now decides to have a wholesale change. Peter Mohavlich, Esposito, and Laflёr with Savard and Bobby Orr. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remain in the third period. And, of course, if it's tied, it'll go into sudden death overtime. Canada 3 and Czechoslovakia 2. Stachny, that's Peter Stachny, number 26, waved out of the circle. And Marian Stachny will take the face-off, number 18, against Phil Esposito. Esposito wins the draw, goes to Peter Mohavlich. He just clears it down the ice, and Vorjak going back for it. Watched by Esposito, goes behind his own goal, in front of Peter Stachny. Over on the far side, Marian Stachny in over the line, gets a shot. Knocked down. Vorjak goes in after it or checks him. Lafleur's turned around. Peter Stachny gets it. Checked by Mohavlich. Mohavlich races in, takes the pass, and circles around. Here's Esposito's shot. Zarilla grabs that. And Vladimir Zarilla is certainly in top form. He's made several key stops, especially here in the third period. Zarilla is the kind of goaltender. Here's the play. Peter Mohavlich, the pass just too far. He backhands it out to Esposito. Zarilla positions himself very well, cuts the angle, and receives the shot. Here's another angle of the same play. A shot from Esposito, and Zarilla was right there. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remain in the third period. Canada 3, Czechoslovakia 2. Oh, and Chernik is hit hard by Dennis Potvin, and there will be a penalty. Elbowing penalty to Dennis Potvin as he nailed Chernik at the Team Canada blue line. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back at the Montreal Forum, Bernie Pascal along with Ken Dryden, and we look at that penalty, Ken.
It's another look at the penalty. Chernik trying to go by on the outside of Potvin. Potvin hit him very hard and was called for elbowing.
And the time of the penalty, 14:23. Czechoslovakia on the power play. Orr intercepts that pass, takes it for Canada, coming to center, runs into Martinez, but clears the puck down the ice. Bobby Clark going in against Pospisil, tries to get a face-off there. Barber goes in to help out. Here comes Martinez. Martinez going in with Novi. In over the line. Martinez still has it. Augusta trailing, takes the pass. Augusta drops it back to Novi. Novi at the side. Czechoslovakia on the power play. Goes to Martinez. In the corner, back to Mikos. Winds up his shot. Scores! Augusta on the rebound. What a gift that was. Augusta left all alone. Takes the rebound off Vachon and just tucks it into the middle of the net. And it's a 3-3 tie.
Puck came back to Makach, who is their best shooter. Lets the shot go. Vachon has it deflect off his leg right to Augusta, who puts it in. Here's another shot of it. Back to Makach again. The shot, Augusta off to the side where he always is. And he had so much time, he appeared almost to be very nervous, and I'm sure he was very much afraid that he was going to miss that open net.
Augusta scoring for Czechoslovakia, and it's a 3-3 tie. 4 minutes and 59 seconds remain here in the third period. Czechoslovakia definitely needs a victory to stay alive. A Canadian win would give them the Canada Cup. And play underway. Here's the announcement.
Czechoslovakia's goal scored by number 16, Josef Augusta. Assist number 4, Aldrich Mashak. And number 10, Vladimir Martinek. At 15 minutes, 1 second.
15:01, the time of that goal, and it's a 3-3 tie. The puck was gloved in the Czechoslovakian zone, so they'll bring it back. A power play goal, Augusta from Mikosh and Martinez. 15:01 here of the third period. The other Czechoslovakia goal scorers tonight, Kozar and Novi. And the Czechoslovakian coach, Dr. Jan Starcy, looking on. Great concern with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Back to Bobby Hull. Hull gives it to Orr. His shot. Stop. Rebound. And Dэрril stops that. Back comes Keuchel. Keuchel a long pass to Martinez. In over the line. Checked by Sawar. Takes it in front. And a good poke check there by Вашон. Sawar. Checked by Martinez. Peter Stastny. Martinez at center. Runs into Dionn. Has the puck. And fires it into the Team Canada corner. Вашон leaves it for Orr. Hull on the far side. He runs into Bubla. Check. Here's Peter Stastny. Shot hits Orr. Another shot. Scores! And Bobby Orr is hurt. Czechoslovakia takes the lead. That first shot hit Orr, and he got up slowly, but he appears to be all right.
Just a great play on the boards there by, I think it was Bubla, who was checked out of the play, but had the presence of mind to stick his stick out. And the Team Canada player trying to get by, had the puck bounce off his stick, out in front, a series of shots in the goal. A perfect shot right in off the post. A very excellent play by the Czechoslovakian player along the boards. He had no right to have the ability to make that play, because he seemed to be effectively taken out of the play.
That goal scored at the 16-minute mark of the third period. Pospisil to Novi. His shot, the rebound in front. And Chernik almost got that one home. Here comes Esposito. Into the corner. Laflёr and Augusta going after it. Augusta slaps at it. Potwin tries to get it out. Esposito runs into Pospisil, and they get a face-off. 3 minutes and 38 seconds remain. Here in the third period, Czechoslovakia leading by a score of 4-3. The goal scored by Marian Stastny from Bubla and Pollock at the 16-minute mark. 2 goals in 59 seconds. And Czechoslovakia has a 4-3 lead. Augusta to Pospisil. Checked by Phil Esposito. Laflёr in to help out. And got it to Sittlер, but it went off his stick. Laflёr in behind the net. Mikosh lost it. Here's Potwin winding up. A shot hits the side of the net. Augusta and Sittler. Taken to Novi. Novi just dumps it out to center. Lappoint and Chernik. Lappoint gets to it first. Mikosh to Novi. Novi in over the line. Watch why Lappoint falls, and Lappoint takes the puck. Lappoint back up to center ice. 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Czechoslovakia 4, Canada 3. Novi on the left wing side. Just clears it outside the blue line. Leach to Esposito. Esposito. Watched by Pospisil. Check. And it goes out where Orr's back on the ice. Sittlер. He's checked and knocked down by Pospisil. Mikosh tries to get it out. Hits referee Dahlberg. Ivan Halinka down the left wing side. In over the line. Takes it to the corner. A shot. Loved by Вашон. Pollock right there at the doorstep. Daryl Sittler tries to get it out for Canada. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. Halinka intercepts. Bobby Clark will try now for Canada. Clark just dumps it into the corner. Leach in after it. Leach behind the goal in front.
Here's the play again. Dumped out in front of the net and in. Czechoslovakian team once again demonstrating the problems that they have behind their net and in front of their net. Most of the offense that Team Canada has been able to generate has come from those two particular areas, and unless they're able to shut that off, they're going to be continuously in jeopardy.
Bill Barber gets the goal from Leach and Clark at 17:48 here of the third period, and it's a 4-4 tie. Robinson feeds a pass to Schott. Schott in over the line, a shot. Drill it up that. Laflёr missing on the rebound. 1 minute, 58 seconds remain in the third period. Schott shot. Gorilla kicks that out. Dashley clears it down the ice. Robinson checks him. And Czechoslovakia will be called for icing. A 4-4 tie. 1 minute and 48 seconds remain in the third period.
One would think at this stage of the game that the two teams would be so tight that they'd be playing very, very defensive hockey. Instead, it's wide open. Here's Schott coming in. Really making the save, being off balance, but having the presence of mind to clear his own rebound. A very good play.
One minute and 48 seconds remain in the third period, a 4-4 tie. Lappointe shoots. Oh, and Dэрril kicked at him. Action. And action galore here in the dying moments of the third period. And the crowd, the capacity crowd here at the Forum enjoying this as the two coaches look on. And very concerned Dr. Jan Starcy of Czechoslovakia. Scotty Bowman on the right. Face off to the left of Zarilla. Augusta. He's checked. Gets it back, though. Outside the blue line, Novi. He's stopped by Dennis Potvan. Potvan over the line to Esposito. Esposito at the side, right in. And it bounces off Perro and goes wide. Perro inside the blue line. He's checked. Here's a chance for Novi. Novi breaks away. All alone. Running on goal. Shoots. Oh, and that shot stopped him. 1 minute and 15 seconds remain. Esposito clears it in. Perro at the side of the goal in front. Hits Mikkosh and goes wide. Mikkosh outside the center. Bobby Orr. 1 minute remaining in the third period. And it's a 4-4 tie.
Team Canada got caught as Hull lost the puck. Novi on the breakaway. Watch Lappointe at the very end hooking his stick and getting a good piece of it and preventing a real good scoring chance for Novi.
The foot stomping and the hand clapping with 59 seconds. Canada has had 14 shots on goal in this period. Czechoslovakia 7. It's a 4-4 tie. Barber at the line to Bobby Clark. Clark goes over the line. Right in front to Barber. Barber's backhand shot knocked down by Keiko. Malinka clears it down the ice. Martinet races after it. He's checked. Clark at center ice just scoops it into the corner. Dэрril out of the net. Watched by Leach. Taken now by Yuri Holick. He tries to get it out. Gets it to center with 25 seconds left. The 4-4 tie. Bubla checked by Barber. In behind the net, clears it to center. Savard gets it to Bobby Clark. He's checked, and Guy Laflёr will carry on. Laflёr with 10 seconds left. Keiko to Holland. 6 seconds over the line. Halinka over to Holland. 2 seconds. Orr checks Holland, and it comes to center. The siren goes. And the third period is over as we head into overtime. There's going to be many anxious moments there, Ken.
Incredible. There are so many scoring chances there at the end, from a very carefully played hockey game to absolute chaos at the end where it seemed like the last shot was going to win. I would expect that the two coaches will try to get a grasp onto their respective teams in this particular intermission and try to get them to play a little bit more controlled hockey, knowing that this next goal is absolutely critical.
Well, talk about key goaltending. End to end, they had some great stops there in that third period as Canada outshot Czechoslovakia 14-7. Novi almost putting it away for Czechoslovakia. He was hooked from behind, as we saw on the highlight. On the replay, he got a weak shot away, but Váchon made the stop as well. So far in the game, Canada has outshot Czechoslovakia 34-21. It's a 4-4 tie, and we'll be back with overtime following the intermission with Al McCann and Tom Watt. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Sudden death overtime is underway. Here's Bobby Clark in over the Czechoslovakian line to Leach, offside. And we've played 6 seconds here in sudden death overtime. The crowd tonight at the Montreal Forum, 18,040. The attendance record here at the Forum is 19,008. Standing room only crowd tonight. A 4-4 tie. We're in sudden death overtime. Puck is taken by Pospisil. Pospisil of Czechoslovakia. Out to center to Chernik. Chernik to Novi. Novi in over the line. His shot, and that hits Orr. Savard goes after it in the corner to Bill Barber on the left side. Barber scored the tying goal at 17:48 of the third period. Augusta gets by Orr. Takes it into the corner right in front. And Chernik couldn't get a stick on that. Barber to Reg Leach. Leach gets to the line. Check. Barber carries on. Chernik takes the puck from him. And Savard has it at center ice. Off the boards to Leach. Back to Savard to Peter Mahavlich. In over the line. He's checked. And Mikos takes him against the boards. Pospisil clears it a long pass from Martinez. Failed to click. Goes over the line, and it's icing against Czechoslovakia. And that could have been dangerous.
Very, very dangerous pass. Again, cross ice from behind his own goal line up through the middle. Steve Shutt almost knocked the puck down, and had he been able to do so, he would have had clear sailing in on the net. Not the kind of play you expect to see at any time, but certainly not in sudden death overtime.
We played 1 minute and 1 second here in sudden death overtime, a 4-4 tie. And as the case in international hockey, after 10 minutes, they'll switch ends. The face-off now taken back to Lapointe. His shot, and it goes wide. Halinka at his own blue line to center. Intercepted by Potwin. Potwin just clears it into the Czechoslovakian zone. Keuchel has it for Czechoslovakia. Checked by Steve Shutt, and he holds it there long enough for a face-off. 3 power play goals in the game. Novi and Augusta have scored for Czechoslovakia. Bobby Clark, a power play goal, his first goal of the Canada Cup Series. Bubla behind his own goal. Checked by Guy Lafleur. And he falls on the puck long enough for another face-off.
One would expect in an overtime series that the teams would tighten up to a certain extent and not take any kind of chances. However, given the way the latter part of the game went, one can never tell.
Keuchel, number 17, goes behind his own goal for Czechoslovakia, comes right in front. Up to his own blue line, watched by Peter Mahavlich. Mahavlich checks him, tries to get the puck, gets it over the line where Yuri Holick intercepts and gives it to Bubla. Bubla to center. Here's Halinka going in with Martinez. Halinka takes it to the side. Lapointe checks him. Around to the other side. Lafleur runs into Holick. Keuchel has it at center ice. Keuchel. He's checked, and now Dennis Potvin will try. We've played 2 minutes in overtime. Shot. Long shot. And it's offside as it hits Bubla, though, but it was offside as the Team Canada player was over on the right wing.
After 5 periods of rather disappointing hockey and rather slow hockey, the third period was absolutely incredible with that kind of action, which certainly undid all that happened and was a cause for some disappointment in the early parts of this series.
And we played 2 minutes and 8 seconds here in sudden death overtime, a 4-4 tie. Puzar. Long fakes the shot, though. There's another shot, and that goes wide of the net. Halupa races in, puts it right onto the stick of Larry Robinson, and it's cleared to center ice. Borjak just slaps it into the corner again. Robinson takes it off the board, gives it to Hall, hit him in the skates. Robinson goes back, gives it to Bobby Orr. Orr runs into the Czechoslovakian player, cleared it back to Robinson. Hull is dumped. Here's a chance for Stastny, and his shot is deflected off the stick of Bobby Orr. There's Rogie Vachon in goal for Team Canada, and the face-off will be to his left. 7 minutes and 17 seconds remain in the first 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. If a third game is needed in this best-of-3 final, it'll be played Friday night here at the Montreal Forum. Mikosh gets a shot. Vachon stops that. Novi tries to get the rebound. He's checked. And they get the puck held against the boards again for a face-off.
One could normally expect that at this stage of the game and of the series that the teams would be a little bit tight, but given the fact that it is in a potentially deciding game and it is in overtime, both teams are finding energy that they never knew they had, and I'm sure that fatigue will not be any factor at all in the result of this contest.
And we played 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Sudden death overtime. The puck is dropped. Taken at the blue line by Mikosh. Over on the far side to Pospisil. Long pass for Novi, knocked down by Lapointe. Lapointe slaps at it, kept in by Pospisil in front of the net. Stastny, or Chernik gets a shot at it. Novi goes in to help out. Comes back to Augusta, to Chernik. He fans on the shot. Mikosh clears it in. Potvin back for Canada. Potvin going in with Bobby Clark and Barber. Lost his stick, goes after the puck. Clark runs into Mikosh, and now Augusta for Czechoslovakia. At his own line, Novi. Chernik runs into Bill Barber. Novi backhands it in over the Team Canada line. Esposito, long pass for Leach. Leach breaking it on goal. Takes it behind the net in front. Oh, and Barber fanned on his shot. Esposito runs into Pospisil, and Augusta goes in. They get a face-off.
Reggie Leach made an excellent play there, cutting in, and most players would have taken the shot, although it was from a very bad angle. Here you see taking the shot, the puck off the boards, and instead circling the net, looking for Bill Barber. Had him open, but just missed him.
And we played 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Sudden death overtime. Canada and Czechoslovakia. The face-off to the left of Zarilla. Phil Esposito, Paul Perreault, Savard and Bobby Orr for Team Canada. Taken by Keuchel. Keuchel of Czechoslovakia right in front of his own goal. Off the boards to center to Martinez. Cleared to an open wing. Phil Esposito. He's checked. Halinka circling at center. Halinka to Martinez. In over the line. Watched by Hall. Gets a shot wide of the goal, but Vachon holds on. Scoring in the game for Canada tonight, Perro, Esposito, Bobby Clark, and the all-important tying goal by Barber. While scoring for Czechoslovakia, Marian Stastny, Augusta, Kozar, and Milan Novi. Face-off to Vachon's left. Halinka against Esposito. Orr leaves it there for Savard. Off the board, Gilbert Perro. Put it right on the stick of Keuchel, who in turn gives it to Halinka. Over to Martinez. Martinez gets set, fakes a shot, fires it right at Savard. Puck is loose, and that one just whistles wide of the net as Vachon came out. Bubla, checked by Perro. In behind the net. Here's a chance for Halinka. Runs into Orr, and we have another face-off.
Very dangerous play around the Team Canada net, not unlike the play the other night in Toronto where Mikosh went down to block the shot, apparently had it, it squirted loose, and it resulted in Lafleur's goal. This time it was the Czechoslovakian team. Here it is here. Savard blocks it. It just comes out. The shot is taken. It's going wide of the net, but Bobby Orr is standing right beside the goal crease, and it almost goes in off his leg.
Shots on goal at this point. Czechoslovakia has outshot Canada 1-0. And shots at the goal in overtime. Czechoslovakia has had 7 shots at Rogie Vachon, while Team Canada has had but 1 shot at Zarilla, as the two coaches look on as the faceoff comes outside the blue line. Back into the Czechoslovakian corner. Halupa, number 5, watched by Steve. Shot right in front, and it's taken by Vorjak. Cleared on the far side. Stastny gets it out to center. Now it's Marian Stastny's turned around. The puck goes loose. Peter Mahovlich is checked by Halupa. And Halupa gets the puck. Clears it in. Here's Peter Stastny trying to get it ahead to Pozar. Right on goal. And Vachon steers it into the corner. Shot off the post. That shot off the post as Marian Stastny let it go. Right in front again. Back to Halupa. He spans on his. Here's Lapointe. Gets it to center ice. And Borjak clears it. Peter Stastny on the left side. Into the corner. Right in front. Here's a chance. And Vachon stops that as Guy Lafleur comes back. Going in with Shuttt. Lafleur and Shuttt going in. Borjak takes Lafleur out of the play. Gets it in front. And here comes Marian Stastny. Long pass on the right side. Pozar at center for Czechoslovakia. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remain in the first 10 minutes of sudden death overtime as Bobby Orr. Ahead now to Dionn. In over the line. Dionn drops it back. Sittlер gets set. And his shot is low and wide. Orr in behind the net to Sittler. Taken by Czechoslovakia's Milan Novi. Novi coming up with Augusta and Chernik. In over the line, offside. As the puck didn't go over, we have 6 minutes and 7 seconds gone. Here in sudden death overtime, and now it's called back with a face-off coming back into the Czechoslovakian zone to the left of Zarilla.
Very dangerous shots at both ends. The latter, Sittler, having the corner and having Zarilla screened somewhat by his own defenseman, shooting about a foot wide.
Canada 4 and Czechoslovakia 4. Sudden death overtime here at the Montreal Forum. Both teams are at full strength. Face-off to the left of Zarilla. Clark, Barber, and Leach out there for this face-off. Milan Novi gets set for the draw for Czechoslovakia. Clark wins it. Novi goes after the puck. Leach scoops it in, and it's cleared to center ice. Larry Robinson off the board. In behind the Czechoslovakia net, Pospisil. In front, and Leach intercepted that. It's cleared down the ice, and it's icing against Czechoslovakia. 6 minutes and 28 seconds have been played in sudden death overtime. There's Milan Novi. He has scored one of the 4 Czechoslovakian goals tonight. And he's getting set for this face-off against Bobby Clark. Czechoslovakia iced the puck just 4 times during the regular portion of the game, the 3 periods. But they've iced the puck 3 times so far in overtime. Obviously not taking any chances. Bobby Orr off the boards behind the net. Leach after it. Leach has dumped the pass in front of loose puck. They shoot it. Oh, and Zarilla caught that just before it went over the line. Robinson leaves it for Orr. Big save by Zarilla. Mikos clears it to the line. Reggie Leach in front of his own goal. To Robinson. Back to Bobby Orr. Team Canada out to center ice, Barber. And it's a 2-line offside pass.
This is an example of real clutch goaltending by Zarilla. A tough first shot, and it's very difficult to follow those rebounds after they're taken. And he had the presence to look back, find the rebound, and scoop it off to the side.
And we played 6 minutes and 57 seconds here in sudden death overtime. And, of course, after the first 10 minutes, they'll switch ends. A 4-4 tie. Here's Martinet's shot. Oh, and Vachon reached that out of the air. Zarilla was almost to the blue line. He thought it was a goal.
Great save by Vachon. We had clutch goaltending at the other end. Here's an example right here. Hollick taking the shot. Vachon the save, and if you noted afterward, Hollick came up, gave a big pat in the back to Vachon.
Standing ovations, almost the order of the day for Rogie Vachon as he gets another one. Esposito out to center for Canada. Had it knocked off his stick. Guy Lafleur inside his own blue line. Watched by Martinez. Gives it to Hull. Hull runs into Bubla. And Guy Lafleur carries on. Over to Perro. Hollick has him tied up. In behind the net. Esposito and Hollick. Halinka tries to get it. Keuchel goes in. For Czechoslovakia, Keuchel to his own line. To Halinka at center. Martinez going after it. Halinka overskates it. Bobby Hull on the left side. Hull going in. takes it to the side. He's dumped in front, and Perro couldn't reach it. Michael has him tied up. Pollock. Perro will try now. Perro is turned around. We've played 8 minutes here in sudden death overtime. Scramble for the puck. They try to get it loose. Knocked out. Here's Alinka trying to feed Martinet and Dennis Potvin. Over to Perro. Perro at center. Circling around. Inside the line. Knocked off his stick. And Keuchel clears it. Intercepted by Bobby Hull. Team Canada with Potvin at center. Going in with Hull and Laflёr. Laflёr takes the pass. Shoots. Hits the ball. Another shot. And the puck is in the net, but the goal net knocked off its moorings. Esposito goes over to talk to referee Dahlberg. The initial shot hit the post. Then the players collided on the net, and it came off its moorings. No goal.
Absolutely incredible play. Lafleur, here's Bobby Hull. Denny Potvin makes a perfect pass to Lafleur, who comes in, takes the shot. Zarilla makes the save, but it trickles in behind him. He doesn't know where it is. Now watch Halinka go in. His momentum takes him into the net, and the net is taken off its moorings just before the puck goes into the net. It's a very, very difficult call for Dahlberg. Here's the play again. Great play by Potvin. The shot. Watch the puck right behind, squirting out, but the puck was definitely off the moorings before the puck entered the net. A tough call for Dahlberg. He had many options on that occasion. In fact, chose one of them, and that is presumably that he felt as if Halinka had intentionally knocked the net off its moorings and thus deserved a penalty. However, the Czechs are obviously willing to give up a penalty for the sake of a goal.
We played 8 minutes and 30 seconds here in sudden death overtime.
8 minutes, 30 seconds.
And a penalty. That's a penalty shot in the NHL, of course, if the net is dislodged intentionally. International hockey, it's a minor penalty, and that's what will happen here with Czechoslovakia serving a 2-minute penalty at 8 minutes, 30 seconds of sudden death overtime.
That is a play that is almost never seen. I'm sure I've never seen it before in my life, and I imagine the next time will be some years hence as well. A really remarkable play. In international hockey, the goal nets are anchored much less well than in the NHL. In the NHL, there's about a 6-inch pipe on either side anchored into the floor, such that it's very difficult to dislodge the nets. Whereas in international hockey, it's a peg about 1 inch long, and it's just stuck into the ice. And in international hockey, you see the net dislodged very, very often.
Moving into the penalty box is Puzars. We'll see the net now. Watch Halinka as he collides into the net. Now, he hits it hard, but he also lifts it up.
There you can see the pegs right there. That was, again, as I said before, a very difficult call. The first time around, I thought perhaps that Halinka had done that intentionally. But watching it on the replay, he was covering Bobby Hull and was right with him, and I don't think that he really had the capacity to stop.
Back to Leach to Bobby Orr. Canada on the power play. Leach at the side of the net, gets set, gives it to Clark, a backhand in front. It's grabbed by the goaltender, goes loose. Leach will try it again. Back to Lapointe, over to Orr. Orr winds up, fakes a shot into the corner. Barber's tied up and dumped. Leach is checked, and they hold it against the boards for a face-off, and we used up 20 seconds of that penalty.
Bobby Clark has been injured. He's being taken to the dressing room, limping very severely. Appears as if he has re-injured his Achilles tendon, and if that is the case, he looks as if he may be lost for tonight's game.
Phil Esposito goes at center now to replace the injured Bobby Clark. Barber and Leach remain out there. Martinez comes on the ice now to replace Marian Stachny for Czechoslovakia. And Augusta will take this face-off against Esposito. Linesman John D'Amico drops it. It comes back to Orr. To Leach. Back to Orr. He has trouble with it. Spins around. Puck goes into the corner. Orjak behind his own goal. Just clears it down the ice. Less than a minute remaining in the first 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. Bobby Orr behind his own goal to Esposito. Esposito to center. Going in over the line, Reggie Leach is offside. And we have 44 seconds remaining in the first 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. Bobby Clark is coming back to the bench now. He's still hobbling, but he wants to be on that bench to watch the action. There he is, sitting down at the end next to Guy Lafleur.
As usual with Bobby Clark, when you say he may be finished for the evening, you're usually talking very prematurely.
Martinez and Esposito get set for the draw back to Lapointe. And Lapointe has it at center ice for Canada to Bobby Orr. 38 seconds remain in the first 10 minutes. Dэрril leaves it there for Halupa. He dumps it in front. Here's Leach getting a shot. And Dэрril stops that backhand drive. Martinez clears it up over the glass and out of play with 27 seconds remaining. And they'll switch ends at the midway point of this sudden death period.
Great ability for a defenseman, in particular when killing a penalty, is to be able to cut around the net and flip the puck high enough so it can get over the defenseman. The biggest problem, however, is that in the event that you do not get it high enough, you're really in desperate trouble, and that's what happened there with Halupa. He tried to get it up high and over, and instead, the puck just dribbled off his stick to Barber and almost resulted in a goal.
57 seconds remain in the Czechoslovakian penalty and 27 seconds in the first 10 minutes. Bobby Hull at the side of the Czechoslovakian goal. Hull is dumped by Bubla. Both players fall, and Halinka goes in to make sure the puck stays against the boards and under Bobby Hull. 18 seconds left now.
Twice in this overtime period, Bobby Hull has been dumped, and on the kinds of plays that, had they occurred during regulation time, might have resulted in penalties, but it takes a very, very special kind of infraction to be called in overtime.
Dэрril clears it off the boards. Orr keeps it in with 12 seconds. In behind the Czechoslovakian goal, Bobby Hull to Gilbert Perro, back to Orr. Orr gets set with 5 seconds off the boards. Perro right in front, and Hull couldn't handle it. 1 second, there goes the runner. No goal. Well, we'll check it out here. The light did not go on. The light did not go on. The siren has gone to signify the end of the first 10 minutes. Now the referee has gone over to the bench, to the timekeeper's bench. And as is the case, if that the red light cannot go on once the period is ended, and that is what has happened here.
The principle behind it is that the two lights, the red light, which signifies the goal, and the green light, which signifies the end of the period, are such that the two of them cannot go on at the same time. The puck went into the net. The goal judge tried to flip the red light on, and I'm sure he did flip the switch, but it could not go on as the green light was already on. It is technically supposed to be a foolproof system. However, what is a factor in the whole thing is the reflexes of the goal judge, because it takes him a split-second time to flick the switch after the puck has crossed the line, which may be enough to disallow a goal.
And the goal is disallowed at the end of the first 10 minutes. And that goes back to Monday night with that goal scored in that game, but it was scored just in time the red light came on. Ken, you'll recall that. But here, just the complete opposite. The red light couldn't go on because the period had ended.
Absolutely. I would have to think that the Czechs at this moment, here we go again. The shot by Lapointe from the point, it goes through a number of legs. It appears as if Dэрril has it for a while, perhaps long enough for the period to end before it trickles behind. There you can see the light on, and it is definitely the blue light rather than the red light.
So we head into the final 10 minutes of the first sudden death overtime period, and it's a 4-4 tie. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4.
I'm sure that the Czechoslovakian team must feel as if they have some grace going for them tonight in overtime, with 2 goals that would normally be scored and counted, both disallowed.
25 seconds remaining in the Czechoslovakian penalty. Puck is in their zone, taken by Milan Novi. He tries to get it out, clears it out to center ice. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Here's Perro, in over the line, overskates the puck, gets a shot away, hits Pospisil. Pospisil off the boards to Novi. Novi coming back with 3 seconds remaining in the penalty. Novi over the line, but Augusta is offside, and we have 1 second remaining in the Czechoslovakian penalty. And they've successfully killed off this man short advantage, a disadvantage.
Somehow Makac and Pospisil both got caught on that play, and it's something that very rarely happens to them. They're both very experienced. They've played well over 200 international matches each for the Czechoslovak national team, and something that absolutely should not happen, and I'm sure would not happen to them again very soon.
9 minutes and 31 seconds remain in sudden death overtime, the first 20-minute period of sudden death overtime. It's a 4-4 tie. The game will go on until one of the teams scores a goal to win it. In behind the net, Saward. Both teams are at full strength. Dэрril Sitttler had it knocked off his stick. Dennis Potwin will try at his own line, a long pass, knocked down by Halupa, cleared into the Team Canada zone. Stachny checks Saward. Potwin takes a jolt. Orjak out to Stachny. Here's Kozar. In over the line. He's dumped. Kept in by Halupa. In behind the Team Canada goal goes Savard. Savard out ahead to his own blue line to Marcel Dionn. Broken up, Peter Stachny. He's checked by Sitttler. Sitttler will try it now with Dionn. Feeds a pass to Dionn, and Dvorak's there to break it up. 8 minutes and 43 seconds remain. And the puck is sailing down the ice. Savard and Peter Stachny back for it. Potvin takes it. Ahead to Lanny McDonald. To Marcel Dionn to Sitttler. Sitttler gets by. Right in on goal. A shot.
Le but de l'équipe du Canada, marqué par le numéro 27, Dэрril Sitttler. Avec l'aide du numéro 15, Marcel Dionn, et du numéro 12, Lanny McDonald, à 11 minutes 33 secondes. Team Canada's goal scored by number 27, Dэрril Sitttler, assist number 15, Marcel Dionn, and number 12, Lanny McDonald.
This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. And Team Canada winning the Canada Cup competition. The winning goal by Dэрril Sitttler from Marcel Dionn and Lanny McDonald at 11:33 of sudden death overtime. And now we have the player of the game on each team with the Carling O'Keefe Awards. And we'll have the presentation coming up momentarily. And what an exciting game and a great effort by Czechoslovakia, Ken.
It was really incredible. Again, the first two periods were rather sporadic, but the third period and the overtime were just amazing. And Dэрril Sitttler, who last year had a game in which he scored 6 goals and had 11 points, and in a playoff game he had 5 goals. And I'm sure most of the time he's been asked by people what he could possibly do for an encore. Well, he answered tonight.
Now the presentation's coming up to the top player on Canada, the top player on Czechoslovakia. Making the presentation, the Rocket and Henri Richard, and they make their way out to center ice. Maurice, the Rocket, and
Vous le savez, depuis le début de la série maintenant que l'on vous le dit, ces joueurs reçoivent une magnifique sculpture créée par les Esquimaux de la terre de Baffin dans l'Arctique canadien. The awards are handcrafted stone carvings created by the Eskimos of Baffin Island in the Canadian Arctic. Le joueur par excellence de l'équipe de la Tchécoslovaquie, son trophée lui sera présenté par Henri Richard. Henri Richard will present the outstanding award player to the player of the Czechoslovakian team. Le numéro 1, number 1, Vladimir Dэрril.
And what a game he played. Vladimir Dэрril, the outstanding player. Listen to the ovation for the Czechoslovakian goal.
Tried to replace Dэрril on the national team for a few years now and considered him too old. This may be his last major international competition.
Now the individual star on Team Canada tonight.
To present the trophy to the outstanding player of the Canadian team, this man equaled the Rockets record and broke one last year, Sittler.
Richard presenting individual award to Dэрril Sittler, scoring the winning goal. As we take a look at it now, as he breaks in over the line, fakes a shot right here, moves around. There's the shot into the net at 11:33 of sudden death overtime. Dэрril Sittler getting the winning goal as Team Canada wins the Canada Cup in 2 straight games, winning the best-of-3 final with that 5 score tonight. Alan Eagleson, and guess whose stick he's holding on to? Dэрril Sittler's, of course.
I would like to invite the Vice President, Mr. Hector Dupuis, from Canadian Motor Industries of the Toyota Awards. Une magnifique voiture Toyota Celica GT est offerte aux joueurs par excellence de l'équipe de la Tchécoslovaquie durant le tournoi.
Now the presentation of the Toyota Award, a new Celica, will be given to the top player in the series on both Canada and Czechoslovakia. And the winner of the award on Czechoslovakia, Milan Novi. He wins the Celica GT. Mr. Hector Dupuis, the Vice President of Canadian Motor Industries, making the presentation. Milan Novi, a new Celica GT. Of course, the outstanding player of all teams in the tournament receive a car, a new Toyota, and now the Canadian player will receive his award, a Mark II Toyota.
Aux joueurs par excellence de l'équipe Canada dans la série, the outstanding Team Canada player of this series, I think you know who it is, Rogatien Вашон.
Receives the Toyota Mark II, the outstanding player in the series on Team Canada, and he shakes hands with Milan Novi. And Marcel Dion's there to congratulate him. 2 members, of course, of the Los Angeles Kings, Bobby Hall as well, and flag waving and a very happy Team Canada tonight. Peter Mohavlich now is changing sweaters. He's switching sweaters with one of the Czechoslovakian players, and they're there. Now they're all starting to do it.
Some further awards, gentlemen.
There's Peter Mohavlich, and just true international flavor. That's what they do in international competitions. You see the skiers do it. Now all the players are doing it. They're all changing sweaters. And the crowd loves it here. Peter Mohavlich started it all. And there's Peter with his Czechoslovakian sweater on. And he changed sweaters with Jaroslav Muzar. Bobby Clark comes to accept the majestic mink fur hat. They'll be presented to all members of Team Canada, presented by the Fur Fashion Council of Canada. It's a good thing they didn't decide to switch sweaters during the overtime. They really have our problems. Coming up, of course, on the CTV television network will be the national news. Delayed, of course, because of the length and the overtime of this hockey game. And a very exciting game it has been, and still award presentations being held here at the Montreal Forum. Jerry Cheevers has Yuri Holacek's goaltending sweater on, and Holacek has Jerry Cheevers. And there's Rogie Vachon changing with Zarilla. And you know, the sweaters fit.
Would the teams line up, please, for further presentations?
Bobby Hull has his number 9 on. That's Borjak's sweater of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakian players are all waving, and they're getting a big ovation from the crowd. And they're firing their sticks into the crowd, letting people have a souvenir. And I tell you, they won a lot of fans here in Canada and around the world. They played an exciting, highly entertaining brand of hockey. And now the oil painting of the outstanding Canadian player, and painted by Alan Sapp. He's a Cree Indian, renowned Canadian artist from Saskatchewan. The oil painting will be presented to the top Canadian player by Lloyd Matt, the president of O'Keefe Breweries Quebec Limited. And the painting, Hockey on a Pond. And I'm sure that brings back a lot of memories to folks on the prairies. A typical hockey game on the prairies. And here's Mr. Lloyd Matt making the award to the top individual Canadian player.
And again, Rogatien Vachon.
Goaltender Rogatien Vachon will receive the painting. As the fans shout, Rogie, Rogie, and the chant is underway.
Mesdames et messieurs, la prochaine présentation ira aux joueurs par excellence du tournoi, comprenant toutes les équipes qui ont participé.
With the real Rogie Vachon stand up, Vladimir Zarilla's sweater, in case you're confused, that is Rogie Vachon. Bobby Crum of the Winnipeg Jets, Alan Eagleson, Toe Blake, Scotty Bowman, Sam Pollock, and what a job Sam Pollock did with this hockey team. Al McNeil, the coach of the Voyageurs, Don Cherry of the Boston Bruins, Keith Allen, they all worked as a team. There's Bobby Hull, not to be confused with Borjak of Czechoslovakia.
Of the Canada Cup Series,
the outstanding player of the tournament now, Dr. Gunter Zabetsky. And Bobby Orr wins that award. Bobby Orr, the outstanding player of the tournament, receives his award from Dr. Zabetsky, the president of the International Ice Hockey Federation.
Maintenant, j'inviterai M. John McCaskill, président de Standard Brands of Canada, à faire une présentation spéciale au grand responsable, celui qui a mis sur pied le tournoi de la Coupe du Canada. I would like to invite Mr. Don McCaskill, president of Standard Brands of Canada, to make a special presentation to the man that put this all together, Mr. Alan Eagleson.
Alan Eagleson receives a special award. And I tell you, he did a magnificent job putting this series together, and what an exciting Canada Cup series it has been.
And the four coaches to join us up front. Mr. Saint-Paul, the captain instructor, Al McNeil.
Now the coaches are called out, and all the members of the Canada, Team Canada organization, Sammy Pollock, Al McNeil there. Keith Allen. Toe Blake. What a job they did. Don Cherry, Bobby Crom, and of course, Sammy Pollock. Brother Scotty Bowman. The time of the winning goal was 11:33 of sudden death overtime. Dэрril Sittler from Marcel Dionn and Lanny McDonald.
Maintenant, mesdames et messieurs, l'enjeu de ce tournoi, c'était la Coupe Canada. The trophy to win in this tournament was the Canada Cup.
Now the beautiful Canada Cup trophy will be presented.
Que le Premier ministre de notre pays
will be presented to the captain of Team Canada. Bobby Clark will accept the trophy. And Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau making his way to center ice. Prime Minister Trudeau will make the presentation to Team Canada captain Bobby Clark. And what a beautiful trophy that is. The Canada Cup Carling O'Keefe Award.
J'inviterai Bobby Clark, capitaine de l'équipe, à venir rencontrer M. le Premier ministre. Sans chandail, on vous accepte quand même. Even without a sweater, Bobby, you're the captain of the team.
There's Bobby Clark without the sweater. Shaking hands with Bobby Crom. He'll receive the trophy. The Canada Cup trophy from Prime Minister Trudeau.
Will make a presentation of the Canada Cup.
I'll be surprised if they can lift it up. Weighs 150 pounds approximately of nickel. They may need all the coaches to lift it up here. Dennis Potvin moves over with a flag now to hand to Bobby Clark. Prime Minister Trudeau shaking hands with all the players, and even the players, of course, that did not play in the game. Glenn Resch, Chico Resch there, Danny Gare, Rick Martin, Carl Vadnais, Bobby Clark has got the flag, and the players are lining up behind him. Winners of the Canada Cup, 1976, an exciting 5-4 victory. Who says professional athletes don't have fun? Good catch by Oliver Beverat of the CTV crew as Bobby Clark fired the flag to him. While the teams are filing off now, Team Canada wearing the Czechoslovakian jerseys going across into their dressing room, and now the Czechoslovakians, one final handshake there, Vashon and Zarilla before they head off. And this is the start, I'm sure, of many exciting international hockey tournaments in the future. Canada Cup Series, and if it's anything like this one here, it'll certainly be fantastic with a great deal of interest. It's been just fantastic, super hockey, and Canada winning by a score of 5-4. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.